Small room, I can understand. ठीक है ना? So be careful. Okay. तो उसको बड़ा वन थोड़ा बड़ा कर रही कर दिया मैंने. अच्छा ये दूसरा स्क्रीन है क्या? मेरे को ये दे. मेरे को स्क्रीन चेंज करना हो. तुम कर दे. जाने के बाद मेरे को क्या देते हैं ये दे देना. ठीक है. स्टार्ट कर दे. Very good morning everyone. How are you all? Everyone fine. Now today we are going to start our CA final financial reporting regular batch. Now what do you mean by regular batch? First question always. Now in this world, in this competitive world, there are different types of batches. Regular batches, exam oriented batches, crash batches, fast track batches, phalana batches, dhikarana batches, many batches. Students are confused what to take, what not to take. When we initially started our teaching, means when I started initially teaching, then there was only one batch. That batch. There was no regular batch, there was no comprehensive batch, there was no summary batch, nothing. So regular batch is actually the same batch which we used to do initially. Means it will be at normal speed, taking all the concept, whether that is important, not important, that is not a concern. All the questions of all varieties, whatever is given in ICAI study material, RTP, MTP, all will be discussed in the class. Not only discussed, it will be solved in the class. I will be solving, you will be also solving the question. So it will be in a normal speed. So normally in regular class we take from 280 to 300 hours. 280 to from 240 to 280 hours. 240 to 280 hours. It varies. Correct. So this will be a regular batch. In this batch actually we are providing all the types of mode. It will be in face-to-face mode for you. It is also live online classes, and also it is available in recorded mode. Understood? Recorded mode means once the class is recorded, we'll give you the link of the classes. You can download the classes and you can see as per your time convenience. Now for face-to-face classes and live classes as well as recorded classes, you can say the syllabus whatever we'll be dealing is the new scheme of syllabus introduced by ICAI recently. Correct? You all know about the new scheme of syllabus, nothing to say about that. The approximately the number of days which we are thinking that we'll be able to complete this syllabus will be 80 to 85 days. Approximately 80 to 85 days. Working class means working days. Normally I don't take class on Sunday, but Sunday can be class by giving a prior notice. By giving a prior notice, it can be also class by giving a prior notice. That depends upon my intention. That depends upon my intention. Okay. Duration, of course, if it is 80 class, so the class one class will be of 3 hours. 80 into 3, 240 hours we are targeting. But it can be plus 20 hours also. 20-25 hours हो सकता है. It can be. ठीक है. तो at the end don't blame me, because we are here to complete the entire syllabus. We will complete entire syllabus with all the questions whichever I am supposed to do in the class. Okay. Of course, the medium, the language in the class will be completely English. All the explanation, all the content will be in English only. Backup for the first time we are providing 100% backup for the face-to-face as well as live class student. For Google Drive student, is those who are taking recorded classes, the view will be 1.5. 1 point view will be given. Is for them only 50% extra will be given. But for live class and for face-to-face to promote that, because I also want the students to take either live class or face-to-face class. That is the only right way to take the classes. So for that we are providing 100% backup. Books will be providing two set of books. One is IND AS Saaransh book that will be in two volume, volume 1 and volume 2. Almost it will be around 500 pages. 500 pages, correct? Of course, this is multicolor IND AS Saaransh book. IND AS Saaransh book will be containing all the content of IND AS. It will not having any questions. All the content of IND AS. So content is also very important. For financial reporting classes, the content is also very important. So this IND AS Saaransh book is very important from examination purpose. You need to revise the entire syllabus from this IND AS Saaransh book. Then of course we'll also provide 4 volumes of question bank. 4 volumes of question bank. Now why 4 volumes of this much question? Because this 4 volumes of question will be containing all the questions of ICAI study material, RTP. RTP means revision test paper. MTP means mock test or model test paper, and all the past year examination questions. And there are some more questions which I have introduced from some other reference book also for clearing the concept. Means if suppose any concept does not have any question in ICAI study material, so I have taken some question from any other resources which are also incorporated in this question bank, correct? So this will be on and around, I will say one volume will be of around 250 to 300 pages. So 300, if you see, so 300 into 4, how many pages? It is 200 pages. But this question bank will contain all the solution also. All the solution. Now this solution will be as per ICAI. The solution given in the question bank will be as per ICAI, not as per me. Means if the ICAI has given wrong solution, the wrong solution is given in the question bank. Means I have no right to change the solution of ICAI. Whether I have the right? No. Whether you have the right? You don't have also right to change the solution. So in the class only I will inform that this solution is not correct. What you should do in exam, that I will inform in the class, correct? So all the solution given in the question bank will be as per ICAI suggested solution. Got this point? Understood? Now this time what happened? I have deleted some portion of question bank. I have removed some portion of question bank, and that is around 200 pages I have reduced for the first time in your batch. For the first time I have reduced 200 pages of question bank, which from my point of view is actually not required from examination point of view. Means it is not required to be referred before examination, correct? Normally in my previous batches I always used to say that these are not so much important, don't refer that. But what I found that unnecessary, when I will give some content in question bank, you will try to read before exam also, and that may waste your time before exam, correct? So I will just inform you what I have deleted, what I have not deleted. So that portion will be given as a PDF. Means I will give you, but not in printout, as a PDF. These are nothing but examples and illustrations given in ICAI study material, which normally I will discuss in class only. So that is actually to understand the concept, and the concept so I will teach you only. So once you have understood a concept, that examples or illustration are not required to be seen. Once you know the content and you have understood that, referring bar is wastage of time. So intentionally I have deleted. Intentionally I have deleted. Understood? Correct? But I will give you in the form of PDF. Suppose you want to refer, as per your choice you can refer also. And as a student, I will say as a CA final student, you should refer everything. Because this is your exam, your career. You need to see what has been given in ICAI study material and what is given in a faculty book. You should always refer, because always ICAI study material, all the questions, all the examples, all the illustrations are important. All the important. You should be aware of that fact. What has been deleted, what has not been deleted. Understood what I am saying? So for the first time in this batch, I have removed 200 pages, which from my point of view is not relevant to be referred before exam. Correct? Got this point? Yes, sir. So I am just informing you everything. Okay? Correct. Then I will also provide you soft copies of MCQs. So why not Why not print out? Why not in the form of book? Correct now. Because this soft question, this multiple choice question is nothing but what? It is a concept. You need to only go through the all the multiple choice and you need to answer it. So intentionally I am just giving in PDF format that you are anywhere you can refer that MCQ. Correct. And of course these MCQs are in what? Updation also, because new MCQs will come. I need to update it. Correct now. For example, the last exam, whatever MCQs came, I need to update it now. So if I give you in the PDF format and new MCQs are coming, or I am designing some new MCQs, then again I need to give you in the PDF or in the what book format. So that is what I will say. You will not be able to understand what to refer, what not to refer. So I'll just provide in some link, and that link will be always updated. So if I am updated any MCQs, that will be automatically updated in that link. So before exam, you will be aware that these are the last PDF of the MCQs which you need to refer before exam. Yeah, for the relevant exam. Understood? So MCQs will be given in the soft copies. Now MCQs will be given in two ways. One will be in the chapter wise MCQs, correct? And second, case study based MCQs. Case study based MCQs will not discuss in the class, because that can be discussed only after completion of entire syllabus. So that cannot be discussed in the class. And after class you will not come. After class whether you will come, you will not come. Correct now. So case study based MCQs will be discussed by way of YouTube videos. And already all the case studies have been discussed in my YouTube channel. So suppose there are 20, I think 31 case studies. So out of 31, I think 28 case studies already discussed in YouTube channel. So whenever you are referring case study 1 and you are not able to solve any question by your own, go to that case study in my YouTube channel and find out a solution. Got this point? Chapter wise MCQs will be discussed in the class, but first you will do by your own, then we'll discuss in the class. Understood? Have you understood? Yes, sir. So we'll provide this type of books to you. All these books are important from examination point of view. Okay. Now coming to coverage already I have said that these entire books are nothing but replica of ICAI study material, RTP, MTP and past year examination question. Means can I say once you have received my book, you are not supposed to refer ICAI study material. You are not supposed to refer ICAI study material. It is a wastage of time. If you are referring ICAI study material, it is a wastage of time. So suppose ICAI study material has given some new question, then in RTP some new question came, then say in MTP a new question came, then so don't worry, I am there to provide that now. So you will be getting 11th edition of question bank and 5th edition of IND AS Saaransh book. So 11th edition, after that any new question is coming in ICAI study material or RTP or MTP, that is my duty to provide you. You don't waste your time, because that for that purpose you have joined the classes now. If from your examination point of view, I will do all the research. So you will need to only demand the new question. I will provide you, and before you demand, I will provide you. Understood? So any new question, whatever is coming after these batches, means once the batch start, any new question given by ICAI, that is my duty that I will inform you about that new question. All the new questions are very important from examination point of view. Therefore, we can't ignore that also. Understood? Yes, sir. Now, one more thing. When I am providing you question bank with ICAI suggested solution, so normally what I have seen that you refer question bank solution before exam. Correct? Means you refer only question bank because questions are important, content is important, or question is important before exam. Because in exam what will come? Content will come. IND AS, they will not say write about IND AS 6. Yeah, sorry, IND AS 6, there is no IND AS 6. Okay. Write about suppose IND AS 1, yeah, IND AS 2. They will not say anything about that now. So from examination point of view, questions are more important than IND AS content. But to write down that question, what is important? Content is important. Means both are important. But normally what I have seen, the student only refer what question bank before exam. And when you are referring question bank, you refer which solution given by CJ sir or given by ICAI? ICAI. Now my solution means you have practice in the class and you have done revision with my class notes. Correct ना? And before exam what you are referring? तो क्या हो जाता है? Accident हो जाता. And normally at that point of time you will be taking more time to understand that particular solution, because solution given by ICAI, the presentation will be different from my presentation. Of course that will be different na. It will be same. It can't be same. The presentation given by me and presentation given by ICAI solution may be different, and if you follow question bank just before exam, that is not correct. So from my point of view, you should maintain the class notes properly, and you need to revise from that only before exam. You need to revise from class notes only for that purpose, because I know that you will not maintain class notes because you are at CA final level. Who maintain class notes? Correct. Even though you are maintaining, one chapter will be in one book and second chapter will be in different book, different notebook. Am I right on? Because I don't know, but nowadays this is a trend. You will come with a diary and you will start writing there only. Just like that, you are an auditor. You think that you are an auditor and you will not maintain on a proper way. And therefore, I will give you the PDF of my entire class notes. I'll give you the PDF of entire class notes. Suppose by chance you missed your class note, you can take a printout of that. You can revise from there. Understood? So I'll give you the PDF of my entire class notes also. But my suggestion is that whenever you are doing revision, whenever you are doing last revision, revise from the class notes, because that solution only you can understand. The solution given by ICAI you can understand, but that will take more time, and in that way you waste actually time before exam. Understood? Yes sir. Now coming next point about the doubts. So our face-to-face class, so you can ask me doubt anytime in the class, after class, before class, whenever you want. For live student, for Google Drive student, and for you also after the batch, one dedicated Telegram group will be given. In that Telegram group, you can ask me anytime, any doubt. I'm bound to answer that. Means I have an obligation to answer your doubt, and you have a right to ask me doubt anytime. Of course, it might happen that whatever doubt you are asking, I may take one day to, at least I am take 24 hours, but I will, if I see the doubt, I will immediately respond. But suppose if I am busy, so one day, within one day it will be resolved. This time I am also planning for live doubt session. Live doubt session, correct? So what I will do after every alternative period, it may be after, yeah, every Sunday, yeah, after completion of every chapter, I will be coming live in YouTube, correct? And you can ask me doubt there also. Normally what happen, if I am taking classes in the morning, you will be doing revision in the evening, and you will be having with many doubts. You will accumulate lot of doubt in the class. Quite possible that you are not able to ask that doubt. It is quite possible. Yes or no? Live class student also same thing. Google Drive class student too is actually not able to meet me virtually also. Correct now. So when they will ask the doubt, so for that purpose, for the first time I am introducing what live doubt session. That will be informed to you that when I am coming live in YouTube, at that moment whatever accumulated doubt you have written in your notebook, that you can ask me there, and that doubt will be immediately resolved. Immediately resolved. Understood? Yes sir. About a test, once again for the first time. Normally in my all previous batches, I used to give test paper in PDF format in the Google Drive and used to write on a test, and no assessment was done from my side. From this batch, because I have understood that you normally don't revise if there is no test. So if there is a test and if there is some point given, that I will only check it, or on behalf of me some other person will check it. So you will be happy to write down that test, because you know that now it will be have some assessment will be done, correct? So for the first time I'll be taking 5 tests, not 10 tests, 12 tests, not 5 tests is more than enough. Means after every 15 days, whatever portion has been completed, for that portion one test will be taken after every 15 days. Understood? So 15 days, suppose 5 chapters has been done, so 5 chapter test will be done. You revise that test, Write on test as per your time convenience. Means for you face to face and live, so I will say write down on that moment only, and just WhatsApp me the PDF. If you are writing in the class, you can give me physically also. If you are writing in your home, correct, that is your choice. I will not force you to come in the classroom for writing down a test, but write down a test in the time given or as per your time convenience. One WhatsApp group will be given. You need to upload the test answer paper there, and that will be checked by us, and then we'll inform you what will be your performance, correct, for the first time. So only 5 tests, correct, and I will say this is compulsory. This you make, it is compulsory, you should write down, then only you revise, otherwise you'll never revise, I know, correct. And one grand mock test after completion of entire chapter, sorry, entire syllabus, that of course you'll never write, I know that of course you'll never write, but one grand mock test will be given, because that revision will be done as per your time. So I don't know when you revise the entire chapters, correct, but 5 chapter wise tests, it is compulsory. Means make a rule that yes, you are supposed to write even though you have not prepared. So whatever you have understood in the class, on that basis also you can write now. So you will be able to understand even though you are not revised how much marks you are getting, whether you are able to attempt the question or not. Yes sir. Now coming to target. Normally, what should be the target for any paper? So, Abhi, right now we are discussing about financial reporting. So, of course, we'll be discussing about the target. Understood? So, of course, we should fix the target before taking the class. Sir, this much marks we should score in our final exam. So, what target you have? Means, have you fixed any target? Till now, no target you have fixed. Have you fixed in FR? In FR, we should get at least this much marks. So, the FR being a first paper and practical paper. However, in CA final exam, all papers are practicals only. Even audit, IDT, whatever, all papers are practical. But in FR, what happens? We get some numerical question, and whenever we get numerical question, we say from bachpan that this is practical paper. Correct. So FR being practical paper, means a high chance to score higher, more marks. So what is the target? What should be the minimum target? What do you think? From my any target you have fixed? 80 plus, 70 plus, 60 plus, 60 plus तो होना ही, exemption तो we should get, correct ना. But from my point of view, if you if you have done all the classes properly, revise it as per requirement, you have done revision also, then you can easily get more than 90. You can easily get, I am saying, you can easily get more than 90. Means it is possible. It is possible. I don't know about other subject. I don't know about audit. I don't know about DT. I don't know about IDT. In that also you may get. But in FR, if you have done all the classes, if you have understood all the concept, and you have done the required revision, you can easily get more than 90. So of course we should target that only if we can get. So our target will be 90 plus. And when you target for higher marks now, then you can achieve the required marks. So if you target for 60, then eventually you are coming to 40. If you are target for 70, then eventually you are coming to 50. Correct. So if you are targeting for 90, so somewhere you will be around 70. It is quite possible. So 70 is a very good marks in CA final exam. 70 is a very good marks in CA final exam, but you should target for what? 90. You should target for 90. Understood? And it is possible. It is possible. So our target will be what? 90 plus. And if your target is 90 plus, it means you should be conceptually strong in all IND AS, and you should also understand all the questions whatever we are doing in the class. Means if you are not able to understand any concept, then what you should do? You should ask me till you understood. Understand? Means if I have done one concept and I said understood, and I go to another concept, you should stop me, sir, we have not understood, please explain again. That is your right. So we'll do the class in that way that till you understand, we'll not go to other concept. So after every concept, I will ask you, have you understood? I'll wait for 2-3 minutes, and if you are saying yes sir, then only we'll go to another concept. Got this point? Yes sir. So target is 90 plus. Write down in your notebook. I think you have brought a fresh notebook. No, no. देखो. So today was the first class. I think you should bring the fresh notebook ना. So maintain a regular notebook. ठीक है ना? Okay. And all the class notes should be in your handwriting only. चलेगा? Write down there. Target in the first page. Target is what? 90 plus. Don't make it 70 plus. Huh? Target is what? 90 plus. Target is 90 plus. Got this point? Yes sir. Now coming to next point. Now for getting 90%, there are some rules that you need to follow. Today is the first class. I will explain you everything. Once I start teaching, then no explanation about this particular point. For the first class, I will discuss everything what is required to become a CA final student. There are 3 requirements. What I think from my point of view, if you follow that 3 requirements, it's very simple, very easy to get the required marks in exam. First, you should be regular. Regular means what? That you need to complete the syllabus as decided by you. Suppose abhi right now you started FR. I don't know any other subject you have started or not. But suppose you started one more subject. I don't know. That is your choice because that depends upon when is your exam. When is your exam? So suppose let's say you started with FR and the completion date is what? 80 days. Let us say ki, it will be completed by the end of August. Let us say. So once FR is completed, your revision of that FR should be also completed. That means regular. Even though you are not coming in the class, even though you are not able to attend the class, that is your duty. And because of that reason, the backup has been provided now. So if you are not able to attend a class, suppose audit is started and you have went to outstation for the audit 15 days. So 15 days, so you will not listen the class only. No. In that 15 days, that is your duty. It is your prime duty to listen the class. Got this point? Correct? Understood? So that means regular. So if I am saying 80 days, so on and around in 85 days, the class 85 and 90 days, the class should be completed. Got this point? Yes sir. Coming to revision. Revision means what? Normally students think revision means practicing the question. Revision does not mean practicing the question. Because when you practice, then that is a dedicated revision. That is a planned revision. So when we say revision, revision means consistent revision of the content. For doing practice of question, a dedicated plan is required. That can be done only after completion of batch. And that too after completion of all the classes. Can I say after FR you will take AFM. After AFM you may take audit. And if you are adding both group, so you may take DT, IDT, etc. And you will start dedicated revision only after completion of entire syllabus or before completion of entire subject. After completion of entire subject, that can be only planned. So if you will wait for the completion of 5 subjects, suppose paper 6, so it is IBS, for that will not take class, I know. Even though you are taking classes, that will be in YouTube only. Got this point? So after completion of 5 paper, when that is going to complete, that you are supposed to plan, and after that revision will plan by you only. So I am not saying about that. That is dedicated revision plan. I mean, right now I am saying during this coaching period, when you are taking FR, AFM, that time who will revise? That time also you need to revise, and that time only the content need to be revised. Because once you forget the content, then when you start the actual revision, dedicated revision, then you find trouble. So from my point of view, a consistent revision is required of the content. Content means IND AS Saaransh. And whatever homeworks I am giving, homework, but you don't have home only. So you will not do anytime homework. Correct na? You have home? Chalo, theek hai. Very good. So whenever I am giving some question as home assignment, that need to be done. So I will not give you the entire chapter. I'll give you only one question, two questions done by you. And if you can do that question, means you have understood the chapter. Are you getting? So I know that you are busy. I know that you are doing articleship or you are doing any other subject also. I know you are busy. You don't have time. So I will not give you 10 questions per day. I'll give you one or two questions. And if that question also you are not doing, it means what? If suppose I have given one question done today only, and tomorrow you have come without doing that question, it means what? It means what? No, it means you are not committed. It means you are not committed to become CA. It means that only na. अरे बोल दे yes. तो respond करो. Am I right or not? So if I have given one question that also you are not doing, and in class I am asking that who have done, no one is raising hand, that normally happen. It means you are not committed. It means you are not committed. So make sure that whatever questions I am giving and whatever content we have done today in today's class, that must be revised in the evening only. If you can do that, means FR will become very simple, and when you will do dedicated revision, you will find less trouble. Understood? So for that we need to define a time period for revision, means some dedicated hours per day during this batch only. So how many hours you can give to FR after my class? We should dedicate some time na. We should dedicate some time. So from my point of view, give only 1 hour. Can you give 1 hour? Don't say yes, yes sir. Can you give 1 hour every day for FR? So in that 1 hour, you need to revise whatever we have done in the class. Only just go through whatever we have done in the class. There is no need to practice. There is no need to practice any question, and do the question whatever I have given as homework. That will be very minimum questions. If that much you can do, believe me, it will help you when you are doing dedicated revision. Otherwise, dedicated revision will be just like you are taking a new batch, because the syllabus is very vast. The syllabus is very vast. Understood? Yes, sir. The third point is that you must have right attitude. Right attitude means what? That we all know that, and as per Google Baba, CA is one of the complicated course. So yes or no? Everyone is silent. CA is complicated or easy? Complicated. Am I right or not? Anyone who is saying CA is very easy? Anyone who is saying CA is very easy? Acha, let me come to the attitude now. Now, how many of you have passed CA Inter? Raise your hand now. If you raise, you have. I don't know whether you have passed or not passed. How many of you passed CA Inter exam and came here? Acha, how many? Everyone passed. It is 100% true that everyone passed, and because of that reason you are here. How many of you feel that CA Inter was easy? Out of you, one person is raising hand. He's Paramatma. Means he is Paramatma. Exceptions are always there. Exceptions are always there. Correct. Don't feel bad, but exceptions are always there. From my point of view, CA Inter was not easy. From my point of view, I have also given exam. From my point of view, CA Inter was not easy, and CA Inter is more complicated than CA Final. That I'll prove. CA Inter was more complicated than CA Final. That I'll prove in my batch. That I'll prove, not now, because right now you'll not understand that. But CA Inter was not easy now. 99% students are saying that CA Inter was not easy, and that exam you passed. That exam you passed. Oh my God! Achievement or not? You are successful or not? Am I right or not? Means you can crack any exam. If you can pass CA Inter, and CA Inter is one of the toughest exam. It is not It is not easy. It is not easy. And everyone has not passed CA inter exam. That also you know. Out of 100, only 20 students pass, and you are among them. You are among 20%, na? And that exam you pass, it does not matter how many attempts. In CA, attempt does not matter. Believe me, attempt does not matter. You may pass in first attempt, second attempt, third attempt, multiple attempt. Not at all important. Whenever you pass that exam. Now that matters. And you pass that exam. Means one thing is clear, that you are not average student. Am I right or not? So yes. Yes, sir. You are also thinking now. बात तो सही बोल रहा है. Are you average student? Will you call yourself an average student? No, no, no. You are. Now the question is that whether you are an exceptional student or extraordinary. What do you think? Exceptional or extraordinary? Exceptional or extraordinary? Have you done in CA inter exceptional item and extraordinary item? In which accounting standard? In which accounting standard? AS? AS 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. कुछ भी बोल दो क्या होता है, पास कर लिए ना. This is also one of the major thing in our education system. Once we give exam, correct now, then we forget after that what was in the syllabus. This is, we say, poor education system. Our education system is very poor. Correct? चलो ठीक है. I'm not going whether you can retain or you can't retain, but you pass your inter exam. That is the fact. That is the fact. It was in AS5. I'm not asking you the meaning of exceptional or extraordinary item, but I think these two terms, you know, both are same or different? Different only because of that reason there are two terms. Now you are exceptional or extraordinary? ये बोल दो. You are both. ऐसा नहीं होता. Both कैसे? One item can be either exceptional or extraordinary. So if you are an item, so you can be either what? Exceptional item or extraordinary item. What do you think? So, na? You are exceptional or extraordinary? Now someone is saying, sir, extraordinary. Correct. Very good. You must think. You should say about yourself. You should know about yourself. I am this in this category. Now, so ठीक है, up to CA inter you might be exceptional, you might be extraordinary, but as per IND AS, now what is IND AS? Do you know about IND AS? Do you know about Indian Accounting Standard? Acha, in CA inter you have done AS or IND AS? AS. In CA final you do IND AS. That much you know na. So as per IND AS, when I am saying as per IND AS means CA final syllabus. When I am saying as per AS means CA inter syllabus. This much right now you understand. So as per IND AS, there is no concept of extraordinary item. There is only what? Exceptional item. So you are exceptional. You are exceptional. One thing is clear with my discussion, that you are not average student. You are exceptional student. And can I say, if you can pass CA inter exam, you can definitely pass CA final exam. There is no doubt about that. There is no doubt about that, na? Are bol de yes or no? There is no doubt about that. Then what is the reason that after passing CA inter exam, which is one of the toughest exam as per Google Baba, na, means after UPSC exam or civil service exam, if you ask anyone, they will say CA exam conducted by ICAI is the toughest exam. Got this point? And that exam you pass, then also many students are not able to clear CA final exam in their attempt. What is the reason? That we need to find out. If you know the reason, then CA final exam will become very, very easy. The reason you need to find out. Are you getting? Why after passing one of the toughest exam, why we are not able to pass CA final exam? The reason is not that CA final is more complicated. The reason is not that CA final has unlimited syllabus. It has limited syllabus only. The reason is not that in CA final, ICAI is asking question out of book. ICAI is asking question from book only. Book means ICAI book. So it was as simple in CA Inter also. CA Inter was a small syllabus or lot of syllabus. Means in CA Inter, so we are doing those subjects in which actually you have no knowledge initially. You started with accounts. You all have done in old scheme of syllabus, na? So there were the two accounts: accounting, advanced accounting. Even though you have done accounting and advanced accounting in CA foundation and class 11 and class 12, but we know the CA Inter accounts were totally different. So only one subject was familiar. Apart from that, all were new subjects. Yes or no? FM, DT, DT means tax. Then what? Audit. Audit too, we have never gone to any audit firm. And we are supposed to study audit in the classroom. It is, are you getting? Very unrealistic. But then also we have understood that subject. We have written the exam and we have passed the exam. Now in CA final, whatever subjects are there, that you are familiar or not. FM ka AFM, accounts ka FR, correct? Law and costing related. Law and costing related. Tax has been divided in two parts, DT and IDT. Correct? Audit remain, audit, advanced audit, and one more subject, that is a combination of what? 5 papers. So it means you are familiar with all the subjects. So which one is more tougher? From a student point of view, CA Inter is more tougher. Once you pass, so every syllabus become easy. Once you pass CA final, you will say easy only. But before that, we should make it easy. Now the reason, I will say what is the reason why after passing CA Inter exam, why students take multiple attempts or are not able to pass CA final exam. The reason is what? Listen it carefully in the first day only. Because if you know this reason, then only you will study in that way. If you know the ICAI requirement for CA Inter, what is the requirement of ICAI for CA Inter student? That CA Inter student must have only working knowledge. Working knowledge means what? Keep practice. Practice means you should know how to work. Means you should, from accounting subject point of view, I am not going to any other subject. You should know what is journal entries, how to prepare ledger, how to prepare trial balance, how to prepare balance sheet and profit and loss. That much you should know. And a lot of practice required. Can you see CA Inter, you have done a lot of practice? One question, repeated question, practice, practice, practice. You don't know the concept, then also practice, practice, practice. Even though you have not understood concept, but you know what is the answer. Yes or no? Means even though you have given less priority to concept, more priority to practice, and you pass. And that was the requirement of CA Inter. That was the requirement of CA Inter. Means believe me, I mean right now I will ask you some questions CA Inter. Conceptually you will not be able to answer. But if I will give you some question which you have done in CA Inter, that you will be able to answer. That you will be able to answer. Means accounting standard, you know the solution, but you don't know the content. Means I will ask you right now, what is the meaning of asset? You may give me the answer. You may give me the answer. I am not saying that no one can give me the answer. But if I ask you the meaning of asset, let's see how many of you can give me the answer. Can anyone say what is the meaning of asset? No. You need to respond. That is only right attitude. Right attitude means what? Even though you don't know, try it. Attempt it. Attempt it. CA means, what do you mean by chartered accountant? Chartered accountant is that person who will give all the answer even though they don't know it. Means they are always committed to answer any question. They will take some time, but they will answer it. Means if suppose as a chartered accountant I have got some work, whether I will say no, I am getting money now, so I will learn that work and I will do it. That is chartered accountant. We can do anything. We can do anything. Provided what is coming? Money is coming. For you, what is coming? Score is coming. Score means marks. You are here for getting good marks. So for you, score is the money. Now what do you mean by asset? Anyone? So this answer, this is actually, don't be feel demotivated if I am saying wrong. Okay, I am not here to demotivate you. I am here to motivate you in learn in the right way. This is the, I will say, one of the bakwas answer. Don't feel demotivated, because I know and you have answered it. I will say you are better than other. You have answered it. You are better than other. Those who are not answering, are you getting what I am saying? You are better than them. But this is one of the bakwas answer. And why you are giving the answer? Because you know what are the examples of asset, but you don't know what is the meaning of asset. Because up to CA Inter, that was not required only. That was not required only. But in CA final, they will ask you, identify whether it is an asset or not. Now, can you identify if you don't know the meaning? Can you identify? However, this type of question will not ask, but I am just giving one question which may be a part of CA final question. They will say identify whether it is an asset or not. So it means you need to identify by referring with what meaning now. And if you don't know meaning, how can you write down? Means what is more important, concept or question? Concept. Here practice is not required. Practice of course required, but not that much practice whatever you have done in CA Inter. Here content is required, concept is required. Anyone who can say me what is the meaning of asset? Perfect answer. Used in the ordinary course of business. What is the meaning of ordinary course? So means whatever we are using in irregular activities that are not asset. What is this, Ray? What is this? What do you mean? Means ordinary course of business. These are all terms you have only listened and that you are adding here. Correct now? Tangible, intangible item. If you are asking, if you are giving me this question, suppose I am taking your interview after becoming CA, what is an asset, and you give me this particular answer, which is not correct, what impression you are creating? After passing CA final exam, you are a chartered accountant, and if you don't know the exact meaning of asset, what impression you are creating? You only think. Am I right or not? Because this is a very small part, but we need to understand that after passing CA final exam or after passing CA inter exam, we don't know the meaning of asset. Exact meaning. Exact meaning is with correct meaning. Correct meaning. So you have done all the accounting standard, but then also you don't know the actual meaning of asset. If I ask you what do you mean by intangible asset, because you said assets are intangible and tangible items, I will say define intangible asset. Can you define? Can you define? Are bolna re? No, don't say no. Try na. What do you mean by intangible asset? When I am saying intangible asset, your answer should be as per AS 26. Your definition should be as per AS 26. You can't create your own definition. Can you create your own definition? Can you create your own definition? No, you can't create your own definition. You need to answer as per the requirement of AS 26. These are intangible assets. So it means you don't know AS 26, but then also you have done all the questions of AS 26 in exam. Difference is that. But now, for writing down the solution, you should know the content. This is the basic difference between CA inter exam and CA final exam. So if you follow the same process, whatever you have followed in CA inter, because you passed that exam, now you think that by adopting that technique you can pass, and there is no one to guide you. You will follow that only, na? And if you follow that, my mistake ho jata. And normally students take what? Multiple attempts. And when they realize, it will be too late. Too late means after 2 attempts, 3 attempts. Once you realize it, you will pass. Got this point? Means any student who is in this class have a potential to become CA. There is no doubt about that. Because you pass CA inter examination. You have a potential to become CA. Means you have potential chartered accountant. But time you decide. Time you decide. When you are going to become CA, that you decide. For that, right attitude is required. Right preparation is required as per the requirement of ICAI. So now from today, and in any subject, not in FR, give more importance to concept. You got the answer, but you have not understood how you got the answer. With solving, you are getting the answer, but you don't know the reason of that answer, it means you have not understood. Because same question will come in exam, you will not be able to write. You will not be able to write. And this only happen means from my point of view, till now whatever exam has been done under IND AS syllabus, out of only one attempt in which all the questions were from out of book. In CA final FR I'm asking. I'm saying about FR, I don't know about other subjects. Only out of one attempt, that was also COVID-19 wala attempt, when 2 exams were conducted. So you remember opt-out scheme was there. Jain 2021, I think. Jain 2020, that paper ko chhod ke, because that paper was dangerous question paper. All questions were from out of book. Apart from that attempt, in every attempt, I will say 90% of marks of question paper is from ICAI study material RTPM. Which questions are from where? ICAI resource, and that question you have already done. Then also students are not able to score 40 marks. Which you have done that question. Then also you are not able to score 40 marks, 50 marks, 60 marks. Because target is 90, na? Our target is 90. So it means what? You have done practice without any concept. Focus on concept, don't focus on solution. If you change this attitude, believe me, CA final paper is very easy. Not only for FR, for any subject. Whether it is audit, DT, IDT. So we learn in that way only. Before doing any question, we'll give more importance to concept. Till you understand concept, will not proceed. Will not proceed. This is the right attitude for CA final student. And therefore I say IND AS Saaransh book is more important than question bank. Because till you know the concept, you can answer any question given in question bank. But if you don't know the content, you will do rectification of solution that you will forget in exam hall. So difference in CA inter exam and CA final exam. I have proved you by asking 2 questions. What is the meaning of intangible asset? What is the meaning of asset? You are not demotivated now. Don't worry. I will only explain you what is the meaning of asset. I will only explain you what is the meaning of intangible asset. Therefore, right now I am not giving the answer. अच्छा, coming to foundation में आ जाते हैं. ये इंट्रो छोड़ो. फाउंडेशन तो बोलो. It was तो हो गया sir. Why you asking a foundation? Main difficulty came from foundation. Entire our education system, commerce education system is bakwas. अच्छा, anyone from science background who shifted from science to commerce? देखो, science to why रे बाबा? We have so much competition and you are coming to what? Commerce. You are not good. Why you are coming to from science to commerce? So a lot of competition here only, and you are also coming here. We commerce can't go to science, na? We can't go to science. So why you are coming? But okay. I have asked this question only for one purpose. How many of you raised your hand? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh my God, 6 person are from science background. Acha, from your point of view, basic question I'm asking, for whom? CA will be easy for commerce student or science student, because accounts is one of the main subject. And commerce student have done accounts in class 11 and 12 also. Class 11, 12 means after class 10. That is okay, na? So from your point of view, CA should be easy for commerce student or science student? Commerce. Basic question. Science student came from science background, does not have any base of accounts. They will struggle in foundation only. They will die there only. Are bolna re? Then if suppose they by chance pass because of mathematics, they are good in mathematics. Chalo pass ho gaya. In CA inter there is no mathematics. Ab bolo. In CA inter there is no mathematics na. Now what you will do? They will struggle in CA inter also. But I have seen that passing percentage of science student who becomes commerce student after opting CA is higher than actually commerce student? Reason we need to find out. And I have never seen in my life a science student who have opted for CA has not become CA. I have never seen. But commerce student, you also know the fact. I'm not demotivating you. I'm just giving the reason. Reason find out. Reason देखना जरूरी है. Got this point? Means when I started teaching, I'll just give you one example. I started teaching with foundation only. Nowadays, so I don't teach foundation. That time there was CPT. Na? You are from CPT or foundation? Foundation. So that time there was CPT. So that time, my first batch, there was one science student. So 90%, 99, suppose 100 to 99 students were from commerce background, one was science background. So first day I started teaching foundation class. I started with journal entries, etc. So commerce student will respond, na? Will respond. What is the rule for real account? Real account golden rules? You know, na? So any commerce student who came after passing class 11, 12 in CA foundation, that everyone knows, na? Debit what comes in, credit what? Then personal account debit the, credit the giver. Then nominal account debit the all expenses and credit all income and gain. Am I right now? You all know. Now so you also know. But that time you are not knowing now. So we started journal entries. I was giving the golden rules. Entire commerce started. Oh sir, we know. Okay, you know, but I need to teach now. I was teaching. First class gone, second class gone, third class gone, fourth class gone. After fourth class, science student came to me. Sir, not able to understand anything. Because when you are teaching with the flow of student, time to be fast now. Your student are responding. बोलना रे. And only one student who was not responding. Got it? What I am saying? He said, sir, not able to understand. I said him only one thing. Don't worry. After 20 class, you respond, they will be sad. Understood? I said, I was knowing this fact that he is not able to understand. But I said, don't have patience. Whatever you are not understanding, ask me after class. But after 20th class, you will be responding and they will be sad. And that happened. That student becomes CA in first day. I don't know about that all commerce students. But that student becomes CA in first day. What is the reason? Reason dekhte hai. Come to reason. When you are in class 11, 12, I am just explaining this because this is all required. So when you are into commerce class 11, 12, what you have studied? Your teacher have only given the practical point of view, have not given any theoretical knowledge. Means they will start, just try to understand, they will start the class in this way. Dekho student, suppose I am in class 11, you need to prepare balance sheet, that time to T-SEP, balance sheet. Here we write on all asset, here we write on all liabilities. Well, yes sir, we have understood. These are the examples of asset. Ratlo, yes sir. These are the example liability, Ratlo, and now prepare balance sheet with this trial balance. This was the approach. Nobody has given you the meaning of asset. Nobody has given you, even though they have given, they have not focused on that. No have explained what is the difference between asset and liability. This is commerce education. Means, can you see if you have done magnification of all these examples, magnification of all these liabilities, and the same trial balance will come with this asset liability, whether your balance will tally or not. It will tally. And you will say, maja aa gaya. Same type of question will come in exam, you will pass with 99 marks in accounts, and you think that you are account guru. Same thing happened with you also. Means less importance to theoretical knowledge, more importance to only practical questions, and that become your habit. CA foundation also you have done that. Chalega foundation. CA inter also you have done that, chalega CA inter में. CA final also you'll do, नहीं चलेगा. In CA final नहीं चलेगा. Got this? But let me ask science student. I know this fact because I am also from commerce background. Believe me, we have been, when I was in class 11 and the concept of provision was going on. So I asked the teacher, sir, why provision is debited to profit and loss account? This was my one question to one of my teacher. He was a very good teacher. Respect to that teacher. Because of him, I am here. Correct now. I'm not saying he was a bad teacher. He was a teacher of class 11th. So I asked Mr. why provision is debited to PL account. He said it will be debited. Okay. It will debited to PL account. I said okay. I said okay. But my question to you, provision will have debit balance or credit balance? अब देखो confusion start from there. Actually we are not debiting the provision, we are debiting the expense, and all expenses are debited. Provision को तो credit होता है. Provision has a credit balance. That now you know because you had CA final. But that time it was a rectification or not, and we got good marks. I scored 99 my accounting in class 12. I don't know how. But you also got good marks also. That was only bekar marks. Main exam is CA foundation na. Am I right or not? So that actually this was the technique. Now coming to science student, my question to you all those who are from science background and converted to commerce, whatever subject, whether it is biology, छोड़ो, physics, chemistry, mathematics, first the teacher will give the concept or they will go to lab. Means they will first explain all the meaning, they will draw a diagram, all the explanation will be given, and then they will go to lab for practical purpose. Am I right or not? And that technique you know from your initial studies. The first concept, then come to practical, and that they only apply. There is a difference between science student and commerce student, and because of that technique, they pass CA foundation, they pass CA inter, they will pass CA final also. I'm not saying that you will not pass, but I am saying I have never seen any science student who have not become CA. This is the reason. You need to only adapt that. The CA final में concept is more important than questions. That you need to understand. Correct. And I will say CA become complicated because of our Indian poor commerce education. All the teacher in commerce studies are follow rectification. They will not give concept. They will give only theoretical. They will give only some theoretical point, and we need to learn that, and then we need to bomb it in what exam. We need to change that process. Understood? So this is the point which I just want to inform you before I start my lecture. Only one question so that you can understand that even though you passed CA foundation exam, but you don't know CA foundation syllabus also. Can I ask? This is not to demotivate you, it's only to motivate you. Correct? Which you should understand now. If suppose somebody asks you this question after becoming CA and you are not able to answer it, it is a huge insult. I'm just asking you one question. Let's see whether you can answer or you can't answer. And if you can't answer, you need to change your learning approach. Am I right or not? You have given me the golden rules because that too was rectification. Now my question to you, what is real account? If you can say me what is real account, it means you know the foundation syllabus. And if you can't answer, it means you don't know the foundation syllabus. And you came to CA final. I am not demotivating you. I am motivating you to learn in a conceptual way. Am I right or not? Because you know the rules, you know the working knowledge. But why it is a real account, that who will say? That also we need to say, na, it is a real account, it is not a real account. So what is a real account? Anyone? You are saying assets and liabilities are real account. Any more answer? Now, what is real account? One answer I got, I will say whether it is correct or not at the end. Because if I will say it is not correct, then everyone will try to change the answer. What is real account? One thing, if you are taking so much time for a very simple question, which can be only answered by only those students who have studied accounting, and if you are not able to answer, you are taking more time, it means what? It means what? Ask one question from yourself. You need to realize this fact, na? I have not asked any complicated question of CA foundation, which I know that even I will not revise, I will also forget. But real account, should you forget? What is real account? What is personal account? Should you forget? Are bolna re. Because that is the basic of accounting. And if you have forgotten that, then how can you become CA? Simple thing. Why you can't answer? Because you know the reason is that every teacher has given the rules. And you have never asked to your teacher, so what is real account? Explain. And you have never focused on that. Even though explain, you have never focused on that. Because that was not a requirement of CA foundation exam. This is the reason. Correct? I will not answer it. Your answer is not correct. Your answer is not correct because liabilities are personal account. Liabilities are not real account. So I'll give you one day. You do the research because I am not teaching you CA foundation. Correct? So I will not say what is real account. Write down somewhere real account question mark because you need to find out the answer. Na? Suppose the same question is asked by interview and you can't answer it. What impression you will be creating in their mind? One more thing. The last point. CA. You become chartered accountant. Chartered accountant. The name is only enough. CA. Recognize na means you got the recognition in the market or not. Now after passing CA final exam, whether you have a right to select company, a company has a right to select you. Acha, company has a right. And suppose company has asked you to come for interview. In that, whether company should reject you after becoming CA. Think like that. You are a chartered accountant. You gone for one interview and you are rejected there. After passing CA examination, toughest course, Google Baba is saying, and you are rejected there. ऐसा होता है. Why you are rejected? Why you are rejected? Because they will ask you not question book. They will ask you question from practical. So just try to understand after becoming CA, from my point of view, you should select company. Company should not select you. You should reject. I will not join. Ja, क्या करना है कर ले. Yes or no? You are chartered accountant, Baba. You are CA. Out of 100, only one will become CA. That is, everyone says. Means if you come to percentage, it will come less than 1%. So if that course you pass, and after passing that course, you are not selected in an interview, it means there is some lack in learning the concept. You pass the exam, you pass the CA exam, but actually you are not CA. That you need to change. If you can change that, then believe me, you'll get a lot of money in the market. Means the market is waiting for you. Come, become CA and earn a lot of money. Earn a lot of money. Market is waiting for you, but not for all. Only those who can compete in that market. And you can compete means you should have reliable knowledge. Understood? Acha. What is your expectation after becoming CA? What is your expectation? How much you want to earn? What is your expected salary? Remuneration. 20 lakh per month, per annum. अरे बोल दे या सुनो. Per annum. 20 lakh per annum. It is in the first year or after 4 or 5 years? First year. So after 5 years, 1 year. अरे बोलो, no one is saying 1 year. 1 year. Correct. How many of you know any chartered accountant who is after becoming CA, after 5 years they are earning 1 crore? Do you know any chartered accountant? Do you know any chartered accountant? You don't know. You don't know, na? Huh? अरे बोलना रे. You don't know? Means maximum of chartered accountants are not able to earn 1 crore in 5 years. But your target is to earn 1 crore. Your target is to earn 1 crore. 100% you can get 1 crore. I will say more than that. But you should become CA, not only pass CA. The difference is that only. Those who are struggling, they only pass CA examination with half knowledge. With half knowledge. And they are struggling in the market. They are struggling in the market. So if you want to earn 1 crore within 5 years, you should have the reliable knowledge. You should have that ability. One. I know many chartered accountants, correct, who are earning a lot of money in the market, including me. Including me. Understood? So if you want to earn that much money, you should have the reliable knowledge. Correct? One last example, because this will definitely motivate you. When I started teaching, so I made one of the senior faculty for the first time. Means I was not knowing about him before I met. Correct. So that time he was very good faculty. The year 2008, I am saying 2008. That time he was a very renowned faculty, and he was teaching FR only. So I met him. So we are discussing, because we are in the same field, one chartered accountant. So once two CA will meet now, they will ask about attempt also. When two CA will meet, other person has no right to ask attempt. Correct na? Means a non-CA can't ask me how many attempts you have taken. But CA can ask na. Yes or no? अरे बता कितना attempt लगा रहे. तो चलता है. Because they don't know, they know about the fact कि attempt लगता है. Am I right or not? So in the conversation, he was earning that time, I will say 2008, more than 1 crore. That time 1 crore means now 5 crore. Am I right or not? So in the conversation, he asked me first, because he was senior faculty, how many attempts you taken, bacha? I was kid only that time. My age was 24, 23, like this. Like, how many attempts you have taken? In which attempt? I said first attempt, as usual. First attempt. Then he asked me, so I also asked, Sirji, how many attempts you have taken? Well, I have taken 10 attempts in CA final. Huh? 10th attempt in CA final. Means he has not said anything about CA inter, and I have not asked also that time. 10th attempt, and he was earning how much? Attempt does not matter. Skills matter. Skills matter. Got this point? Attempt does not matter. You can earn lot of money if you are skilled chartered accountant. If you have a knowledge, you have an ability to earn. So even though you have taken n number of attempts, that will not define your remuneration. That will not define your remuneration. First remuneration is decided by attempt, but I am asking about after 5 years. Your target is 1 crore, that is achievable, but everyone will not reach to 1. If you want to reach to that goal, you should have that much knowledge. And knowledge will come from studies. Knowledge will come from studies. So study in that way. I think more than enough to understand what is required, what is not required, come to what we should not do. This, whatever I will say, this is actually a formality from my side, because even though I will say, you will follow, because this is right now, this you will never follow me. But if you can do that, so it will help you to become CA as soon as possible. First thing, avoid negative people. In CA world, there are more negative people than positive people, because you'll find more students who have taken multiple attempts. You'll find less students who have taken first attempt. So normally maximum student will say negative about CA. Avoid that first. If someone is saying CA is tough, well, for you, not for me. CA is easy for me. So avoid negative people. Second, avoid social media. But you can't avoid that. In this world, it is impossible. But you need to avoid unwanted social media. Instagram. You have Instagram ID? Why? What is the use of that? मजा आता है रील देखने में. Why you have Instagram? I don't find any reason why you have Instagram ID. No, I have for marketing, because I need to do the promotions because you are available there. I know you are available. Therefore, we are doing marketing there, na? अरे बोलना रे. So we are into there because I know students are there. But why? Nowadays, the Facebook become obsolete, na? Correct. But if you are into Facebook, why? YouTube you may have, because you require many information from YouTube. But unwanted YouTube video is also dangerous. If you can avoid it. This is poison in life of C. Poison. Poison. It will waste your n number of hours. You will not realize it. Correct. Avoid this. Avoid this. Correct. This is your choice. I just want to explain. Avoid making excuses. Don't give excuses. Once you learn this now, you will become CA. You will become successful person. You will not realize also. Stop giving excuses. Understood? Suppose you are not able to do homework. Don't say, sir, I was busy. That is an excuse. If you are busy, then take multiple attempts. Then why you are thinking about first attempt? Then don't think about first attempt. Think about multiple attempt. Life is what? Okay, will become CA. If you are taking a first attempt, so don't give excuses. You need to become CA in first attempt. Stop giving excuses. So if you have not done homework, accept it. Say sorry to yourself. Next time it should not be repeated. Next time it should not be repeated. Everyone have 24 hours. You have also 24 hours. Everyone is doing articleship. You are also doing articleship. Everyone is doing classes. You are also doing classes. So life is same for everyone. Life is same for everyone. Correct? So we will not discuss much about this. Last point. Prepare class notes properly. Already I have said. Revision should be done from class notes on. Then I will also suggest you to maintain one small notebook for all the mistakes committed by you. So while doing revision, while in the class, if you have done some mistake, that mistake you need to identify and write down in some small notebook. With this question number, we have done this mistake should not be repeated again. And revision of that mistake is important, because we normally do mistake on a repeated basis. The same mistake will be continued in exam if you not rectify it before exam. Correct? So identify mistake and write down in a special notebook. Then you need to identify the list of difficult questions. You need to identify the list of expected questions. You need to identify the list of must revise questions. This only I will do from your point of view. Means I will only inform you if from this chapter these are the difficult questions, these are the expected questions, these are the must revise questions. I will only define that. You need to only write down in some notebook कि while doing revision this question need to be done. This question need to be done. Understood? With this, all the points we have discussed. Now let us come to the chapter. Let us come to the discussion. Now we'll start with chapter number 2. We'll start with chapter number 2. So why not chapter number 1? My class, I will decide. My class, I will decide. So we'll start with chapter number 2. Chapter number 2 is IND AS introduction. IND AS introduction. Now, as per syllabus is concerned, so entire syllabus of accounting syllabus, entire syllabus of accounting, whether it is CA foundation, CA intro, CA final, has been divided in 2 parts. Key one is AS, one is IND AS. Correct? AS and IND AS. Accounting standard and Indian accounting standard. AS means whatever you have done in CA inter. Whatever you have done in CA inter. Correct? IND AS means what you will do in CA final. Now anyone here who have a working knowledge of IND AS in their office, means from their office, means who have done audit of any listed company and have a privilege of working for IND AS client? No one. Yes? Yes. So normally what happens, out of 100 only one student will have that knowledge, because it is quite possible they have done the audit of listed company. Means most of you do not have any knowledge about IND AS, but you have knowledge about accounting standard. That too also bookish knowledge. That too also from question solving point of view. Means from my point of view you don't know accounting standard, so but अच्छा नहीं लगता है बोलना. Correct ना? बार बार if I say on a repeated basis that you don't know AS, you don't know AS, कहीं ना कहीं it will hurt you. Got this point? But I know how much you know, and you also know. But can you say AS you know as per syllabus is concerned? No, this AS and this IND AS, what is the difference? Difference is what? My question to you all, but after introduction of IND AS, whether AS become obsolete? Yes or no? No, very good. Therefore, that is in which syllabus? C enter. It is not obsolete. Then it is applicable to whom? It is applicable to whom? AS is applicable to whom? AS is applicable to whom? Bolo? Domestic company. What you are saying? AS is applicable to non-listed company. AS is applicable to non-listed company. All non-listed company? No, no, no. Means you have some knowledge. You have some knowledge. Means as per the rule, any company to which IND AS is not applicable, AS will be applicable. This is the rule. Means first we need to find out to which company IND AS is applicable. Then residual company, what will be applicable? AS is applicable. So this is for company. My question to you all, for partnership firm or proprietorship, whether AS is applicable or not applicable? AS is applicable or not applicable? As per which act? As per which act? Acha, it is applicable to company as per which act? Companies Act. Companies Act. Companies Act. But you are saying AS is applicable to partnership firm and proprietorship. I don't know why you are saying, but you said yes, it is applicable. But as per which act? And the answer change. Answer change हो गया. You have changed the answer na? Understood? Understanding and conceptual understanding. Difference you are understanding? From the first class you will find that particular point in my lecture. The conceptual understanding is more important, and because of that reason I will ask a lot of questions. All the live student, you are also try to answer all the solution, all the answer, and you can write down in the chat box also. Correct. Now coming to this AS, these AS are notified where? These AS are notified in companies accounting standard rules 2006. Companies accounting standard rules 2006. Correct. Mean these AS are actually notified in companies accounting standard rules 2006. Means these AS are not applicable to partnership firm and proprietorship. Am I right or not? These IND AS are notified in companies IND AS, Indian Accounting Standard. I am not writing full form. Indian Accounting Standard Rules 2015. 2015. Got this point? So this is also applicable to company. So what about partnership firm and proprietorship? Now the question is that whenever you are preparing the financial statement of partnership firm, whether you apply accounting standard or you will not apply accounting standard. You will apply accounting standard, you will not apply accounting standard. You will not apply accounting standard means if you are preparing a financial statement of partnership firm in your office, you are not applying AS10 for property, plant and equipment. AS10 you have done. Accounting standard 10 is what? Property, plant. Whether you are applying, you are not applying. Huh? You are applying. So it is applicable, not applicable. How it is applicable? Generally acceptable accounting practice. चलो ठीक है, मजा आया. These are the technical terms. ठीक है ना? So whenever some technical terms are used, so I need to be silent only. Correct. Very good. Excellent. This is very. I will say this type of technical terms are required in exam solution also. Whenever you don't know anything, become technical. They will understand. अच्छा, बात तो ठीक बोल रहा है. Okay, this is what smart work. This is smart work. But I know what he knows. I know what he knows. Now let us come to so as a history of AS. AS is actually initially before 2006, because this is 2006 now. Before 2006 is what it was not a part of company's rules. So it was actually issued by ICAI. Actually issued by ICAI. Who is ICAI? Our godfather. So our godfather, you are saying yes or no sir? No sir तो मत बोलना हाँ. Yes sir or not? So should you say anything negative about your father? Sometime, but only in your family, not outside family na. Am I right or not? If suppose my father is not doing anything, suppose something wrong is done by my father, so whether I will say publicly? Will you say publicly about? So if some mistake is done by our godfather, should we say publicly? We should respect na, even the mistake committed or not. Bolo yes or no? Am I right or not? Make a rule for this. What you do for your father, do same thing for ICAI. ICAI is our godfather. We are earning, we are here only because of ICAI. If you will not respect him, no one will respect you. No one will respect you. Understood? If you need to respect ICAI, then other people will respect you. I don't know who is doing whatever, but you should not do that. You should not do that. Understood? Correct? Yes, sir. Now, AS is actually issued by ICAI. Before 2006, I am not going to which year, actually 1976 ASB was formed. Accounting Standard Board. This all I am saying to inform you that I have a full knowledge, but not required this much discussion. Correct? No, so I am just giving you short story. Correct? Before 2006, actually there was AS issued by ICAI, and means can you say it was not a part of company's rules? It was not a part of company's rules. Now under Companies Act before 2006, our new act is 2013 Companies Act. Before this there was a Companies Act 1956. Oh my god, 1956 2013. How many years? Chodna. Means 1956 India was a closed economy or a open economy? Closed economy country. That time that act was formed. Can I say redundant act? And that much time has been taken to amend it. This is India. This is India. It can happen only in India. To 1956 to 2013. You know, Companies Act 2013 was initially drafted in which year? You don't know. When you are not born also. 1987 it was initially drafted. It has taken so many years to actually implement it because of our Indian government system. Chalo, theek hai. We are not made for that, to learn about that, because this is accounting class. So actually can I say AS initially was not a part of company's rules because it was based on Companies Act 1956. So Companies Act 1956 has been amended to only inform one point ki whatever balance sheet and SOP we are preparing for any company, that should comply the requirement of accounting standard. Only this point was given. But which accounting standard? So a special power was given to central government. The central government will form accounting standard. But central government has no time for forming accounting standard. So ICAI started developing what? Accounting standard. And that become acceptable to everyone. A small story I am saying, I am not giving everything. Okay. So this become actually accepted by every entity. Dhire dhire, slowly. And to make it mandatory, ICAI has issued one circular to all the chartered accountants. To make it mandatory for compliance, ICAI has issued one circular to all the chartered accountant कि any CA who is doing attestation to any financial statement, that financial statement should comply with the requirement of accounting standard. Means if you are signing the financial statement of partnership firm or proprietorship, it means that financial statement should comply with the requirement of accounting standard issued by ICAI. Means there are three set of accounting standard now. One is AS issued by ICAI. One is AS notified where? In Companies Accounting Standard Rules 2006. And one is IND AS notified where? In Companies IND AS Rules 2015. There are three set of accounting standard in India. Means for application purpose. Correct? Understood? You can add on the AS issued by ICAI. Accounting Standard Board was formed in 1977, I think so. 1977, not required. Now, it means can I say, as per application of accounting standard, now there are three set of accounting standard. One is for non-corporate. Non-corporate. When I say non-corporate, it means which are not company. For them, we need to follow AS issued by ICAI. Whenever CA is performing what? Performing attested function. Normally you will see that for proprietorship now CA will never sign the balance sheet. You will see. Just go and check in your office. For proprietorship now CA will never sign the balance sheet because all the ghotalas are there now. You will see. Partnership firm, they can sign the balance sheet. If they are signing the balance sheet, it should be as per requirement of, as per the compliance of accounting standard. And if you are not following the compliance, you are guilty of professional misconduct. Then chartered accountant is guilty of professional misconduct. That you read in audit. What do you mean by guilty of professional misconduct? Coming to corporate. So for corporate, there will be two type of companies. Companies to which IND AS are not applicable. Companies to which IND AS are not applicable. And companies to which IND AS are applicable. Understood? So entire companies are divided into two parts for accounting purpose. To them, what will be applicable? What do you say? AS notified under Companies Accounting Standard Rules 2000. That is the perfect answer. You will say AS issued by ICAI will become wrong. Correct? So you will say AS notified under Companies Accounting Standard Rules 2006. Till now, how many AS are notified? Means whatever you have done in CA Inter you have done this. In CA Inter you have done this. Correct? So what AS are notified? So AS1 to AS7. Then AS9 to AS29. Before 2006, AS8 was deleted. Before 2006, AS8 was deleted. Therefore, that was not notified. Got this point? So, if you say the AS8 was never notified. Got this point? So, these were the accounting standards which were notified under this rule. Out of these, now AS6 is now deleted. Understood what I am saying? So after AS10 was revised, na? AS6 which was on depreciation accounting has been deleted. Got this point? Correct. Now sir, you must be asking, sir, what are the accounting standards which are issued by ICAI? So as per accounting standard issued by ICAI, it is AS1 to AS32. Means after 29, there were 3 more accounting standards were issued by ICAI. Issued 30, 31, 30. That you have never done. Correct? Because in your syllabus, this was the part of your syllabus. Got this point? CA Inter you have done this. Are you able to understand what I am saying? Now, out of this AS1 to AS32, here is AS8 and AS6 are deleted. Correct? AS6 and AS8 are deleted. And AS30, 31 and 32 are not mandatory for non-corporate. Got this point? Actually, AS 30, 31, 32 was mandatory for companies. But now this AS is not applicable to what? Companies. So this AS 30, 31, 32 issued but not mandatory for non-companies. And therefore, you have never done. Because in your CA Inter, you have done either non-corporate or company to which AS is applicable. Company to which AS is applicable. So even though if you have done these in your CA intern, for them also AS 30, AS 31, AS 32 was not applicable. Got this point? This all knowledge you should have, even though it is not a part of CA final syllabus. In CA final, so we'll do this now. So I'm just giving the basic of accounting standard so that we can proceed. Now one question will ask, sir, what is the difference between AS issued by ICAI and AS notified under Companies Accounting Standard Rules 2006? No difference. There is no difference. Initially there was difference, but now that difference has been eliminated. So because that difference is eliminated, why to discuss about that? Correct now. Initially there was some difference, but that difference has been eliminated. So there is no difference. There is no difference. Even though there is no difference for company, can you say we are applying AS issued by ICAI? No. Even though there is no difference, you can't say if for company we are applying AS issued by ICAI. You need to say companies we are applying AS notified under Companies Accounting Standard Rules 2006. Correct? Actually, what happened? After 2006, this AS 30, 31, 32 was issued by ICAI, which were never notified under Companies Accounting Standard Rules, and therefore that is not applicable to these companies. Therefore, this is not applicable to these companies. Got this point? Correct? Yes, sir? Yes, sir. Correct. Now, can I say we are here to understand this part? Company to which IND AS are applicable. One thing we have understood that actually these are two different accounting standards, but there is no difference in this. But this is totally different IND AS. Now, what is IND AS? We need to understand what is IND AS. So, IND AS means what? Indian Accounting Standard is converged form of IFRS. Now, what do you mean by IFRS? International Financial Reporting Standard. Whenever we say I means international, not Indian. And therefore, we don't call it IAS. We don't call it IAS. Because when you say I means international in accounting world. I means what? International. And therefore, the name given is IND AS to make it a comparative for a comparison purpose. Understood? Correct. So when I say IAS means International Accounting Standard. When I say IAS means what? International Accounting Standard. Got this point? Correct. So it is a converse form of IFRS. So of course, can I say during 2000 when it was early 2000, every country in the world we understood that there was a need of globalization in accounting system. Therefore, a common set of accounting standard was required for all the countries in the world, and that was given in the form of IFRS. Slowly, all the country started accepting IFRS. India started accepting it from which year? From the year 2015, when this rules was formed. Understood? But India has not adopted IFRS. Means they have not totally adopted it, because India is India, superpower country. They will say, I will follow IFRS, but as per our conditions. As per our conditions. Therefore, they have converted some portion of IFRS for which different accounting treatment was required. And they have converted IFRS as per the economic condition of India. As per the economic condition prevailing in India. So it means there is some differences between IND AS and IFRS. There is some differences between IND AS and IFRS. The difference is only 5%. The difference is only 5%. So can you see that 5% you know IFRS also. So for IFRS you don't require extra coaching. For IFRS you don't require extra coaching. So don't take any coaching after becoming CA. You can give coaching, huh? Correct? Understood now. Somebody asked me, sir, after doing CA final, should we go for IFRS? Why? Wastage of time now. Why you will take IFRS course? You know IFRS, only that 5% difference. That 5% difference will do in class only. Even though that is not a part of our syllabus. करेक्ट, विल डू, एक्स्ट्रा नॉलेज दे देंगे, करेक्ट ना, क्या है, गॉट दिस पॉइंट. So it is a converse form of IFRS. Got this point. Now about IFRS, what happened? Before 2001, there was a International Accounting Standard Committee, and under IAS committee, whatever accounting standard were drafted, under IAS committee, whatever international accounting standard were drafted and issued, the numbering was given in this way: IAS 1 like this, IAS 2, IAS 3 like this, and till date there are international accounting standard up to 41, means IAS 1 to IAS 41, IAS 1 to IAS 41. Whatever I write in good handwriting, you also write down. ठीक है ना, I am writing slowly, so you can also write down with me. ठीक है ना, so I'll be saying one word twice, so you can write down and listen also. Got this point? I'll not give you any extra time for writing. This is not CA foundation class, this is not CA inter class. चलेगा, we need to complete the syllabus also. It is IAS 1 to IAS 41 before 2001. Then I said globalization requirement was in the year early 2000. So because of that globalization, they said accounting standard is not a correct term. It should be financial reporting standard. Financial reporting standard, and therefore our subject name is what? Financial reporting. Correct now. Accounting to we have done where? See, and advanced accounting we have done. So if advanced accounting already you have done, so now you are not supposed to learn accounting here. We learn reporting in our class. So in CA final we are not learning accounting. Accounting, you know na, debit, credit, ledger, journal, ledger, trial balance, balance sheet, profit and loss account. Acha, have you seen any chartered accountant preparing balance sheet and SOP? Who are doing job, they will prepare. But a practicing chartered accountant, they also prepare, but that is their not role. The role of CA, practicing chartered accountant, is to present financial statement, not to prepare financial statement. Who prepare financial statement? Management. And we only present in a correct way, in such a way so that it can be understood by all the user of financial statement. Understood what I am saying? Yes, sir. So therefore, the committee name was changed from IS committee to what? IFRS committee. Got this point? Have you understood? But this IFRS committee have not changed this international accounting standard which were already issued. They said whatever already issued, we'll call it IS1 to IS41 only. So they have not changed the number, they have not changed the title of that international accounting standard. Whatever new accounting standard were issued by IFRS committee after 2001, they started giving different number as what? They started saying IFRS 1 until now there is up to IFRS 16. IFRS 16. Understood? Correct. Means we have IS1 also, we have IFRS 1 also. So IS1 is different and IFRS 1 is different, and both exist. Means this become total international accounting standard. But when I say IFRS include what IS. But it means I will not say bar IFRS and IS. I will say only what? IFRS. But whenever I say IFRS, it include what? IS. Therefore, I have written converse form of IFRS. It is understood that IFRS include international accounting standard. I hope you are understanding my emotions. You are able to understand my emotions? If you will not understand my emotions, you will get emotions where? In exam hall. Try to understand my emotions. Okay. Now what happened? When India was trying to adopt IFRS, so a challenge came. See, what should be the number? Because can you say in India, they are not adopting India, they are conversing the IFRS. So how the number will be given? Means we can't say because there are some changes, so we can't say that we have adopted IS1. Can we say IS1? Because IS1 and Indian accounting standard will be different. So there is a challenge for numbering. So they have said, okay, no problem. For ease of reference, for this international accounting standard, they say it will be Ind AS 1 to what? Ind AS 41. Ind AS 41. Understood? Correct? Means whatever IS 1 to IS 41, the numbering was given like what? Ind AS 1 to Ind AS 41. And IFRS 1 will become what? Ind AS 101. For this, they have started giving Ind AS 101 to what? Ind AS 116. I hope you are understanding. Means when I say Ind AS 116, it is not that we need to study 116 Indian accounting standard. Effectively, I will say they are from examination point of view, there are 35 Ind AS which we need to learn. Means out of this IS 1 to IS 41, there are some IS which has been deleted. For example, there is IS 1, there is IS 2, but there is no IS 3. There is no IS 4. There is no IS 5. There is no IS 6. Then there is IS 7. Correct? That you will automatically understood. Whatever I am not teaching, that is not there. Simply. Correct now. If I am not teaching you IS3, it means it is not exist. It has been deleted. It has been deleted. Got this point? Have you understood? So whenever I say Ind AS 101, it means IS or IFRS? IFRS. Whenever I say IS 40, then Ind AS 40, then IS 40. So that will be automatically understood. So now our numbering will be in this way. Our numbering will be in this way. Correct. Now about the differences. There are three types of differences. IS, IFRS and Ind AS. There are three types of differences. First, terminology differences. Difference in terminology means the terminology used in IFRS is different from terminology used in Ind AS. Correct? Basically, there are two terminology which has been changed. Two terms. One is internationally we call statement of financial position. We don't call balance sheet. We call it what? Statement of financial position. Means in IFRS has used which term? Statement of financial position. But Ind AS will use what? Balance sheet. This is the first terminology change. So in India we call it balance sheet. Therefore in Ind AS they have written which term? Balance sheet. Got this point? अरे बोलना. Internationally we call statement of comprehensive income. You write down full statement of comprehensive income because first time you are listening now. This statement of financial position. Statement of financial position and this statement of comprehensive income. Comprehensive. Statement of comprehensive income. Statement of comprehensive income. And India we call it what? Statement of profit and loss. Statement of profit and loss. There are two basic terminology changes. In India we can't call it statement of financial position. Why? 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 Huh? We had? Then change करो क्या है? If you are changing AS to Ind AS, change करो term also. अरे बोलना yes or no? Am I right or not? देखो this why is not required from examination point of view because in exam that will not be asked, but to become CA it is required or not? Because after becoming CA interview they will ask this question. Interview they will pakka they will ask. Internationally we call it statement of financial position. India why we call it balance sheet? You will say because Chiranjeev sir said. No. Lemon what? You are changing entire Ind AS. In CA Inter you have done what? Accounting standard. You have understood or not? So follow that. Now the rule the reason is our so-called Companies Act. Companies Act. In Companies Act बताओ we call it balance sheet or statement of financial position. Now, in our company that it is mentioned, financial statement include balance sheet. Means if you call it statement of financial position under IND AS, okay, we need to amend what? Companies Act. The amendment is easy. It will take another 50 years. Another 50 years, na? It means if you want to change the term, you need to first amend what? Companies Act. Then only you can use that name. Otherwise, you can't use that name. And IND AS cannot violate any law. IND AS cannot override the requirement of any law. Understood? And therefore, while conversing, MCA means Ministry of Corporate Affairs, understood this fact and they said no. In India, so we call it balance sheet, and if you want to call it statement of financial position, yes, statement of comprehensive income, you need to change what? Companies Act. That is not easy. That is not easy. Soon amendment will come. Soon amendment will come. We don't know when, but once amendment will come, then we'll start using what? Statement of financial position and statement of comprehensive income. Now, what do you mean by comprehensive income? That we'll discuss in our later classes. But have you understood this? Okay, this difference is actually not a difference. So, take a terminology change means what is your name? Whatever name. Suppose my name is Chiranjeev, but you started calling me CJ. Normally, student call me CJ, sir. So, whether my nature will change, whether I will change, no, na. So if you start calling me by a different name, I will remain the same person only now. So financial statement, you call it statement of financial position or you call it balance sheet, the nature remain same. So it is actually not a difference. Am I right or not? Second difference is what? Removal of option. Removal of option. I'll give you one example. Removal of options. Means IFRS is very much flexible. It is not rigid. IFRS is very much flexible. It is not rigid. So they have given different options to an entity that either you can do this or do this as per your choice. If option is there, it becomes flexible, na? Means we can do accounting treatment as per our requirement. But if suppose IFRS will say do this only, we will follow that only. So IFRS, because that was a global accounting standard, they don't want to make it rigid. Otherwise, no one will accept it. No one will accept it. So they have given many options. While conversing IFRS to IND AS, MCA with consolation of course ICAI. ICAI was the main body to give consultancy to what? Ministry of Corporate Affairs for making all the changes. Actually, all changes have been done by ICAI only. But we can't call it ICAI, na? Correct? But all suggestion has been given by ICAI only. So what I am saying, they said there are some options which should be removed. There are some options which should be removed. Why to give two options? Every entity should follow only one accounting treatment. Otherwise, it will be difficult for comparison purpose. So they have removed some option while conversing. Correct? For example, IS 40. Abhi we don't know what is IS 40. IS 40 is for investment property. Correct? IS 40 has given that investment property. IS means international, na? International Accounting Standard 40 has given two options for investment property. They have said cost model. You know cost model? Cost model? चलो ठीक है लिख लो ना अभी I am not teaching you the cost model ना let them full. They have given cost model or fair value model. Fair value model for investment property. Well, either you do accounting on cost basis or on fair value basis. This has been given by International Accounting Standard. But while converting IS 40 to IND AS 40, one option was removed and they say only what? Cost model. Only cost model. This is known as removal of options. I've just given one example. This you will automatically understand when I will do IND AS 40. I'm right now explaining what do you mean by removal of options. Removal of options. Now just try to understand, even though this option removed, can I say this is also actually will not be a difference? Because we are following one of the options given by IES only. Because one of the options we have not changed the option. Means out of two options, one option we have deleted to make the financial statement of Indian company comparable. See, every company should follow cost model only for comparison purpose only. So it does not mean it is a difference now. So this is also not actually a difference. Got this point? Correct? Yes, sir. The last difference is actually a difference which is known as carve out, carve out and carve in, carve out and carve in, carve out and carve in. Understood? This is actually a difference. Whenever there is a different accounting treatment as compared to international accounting standard, whatever has been given in India, that is known as carve out. So there are some differences in accounting treatment as per the economic condition prevailing in India. So if you have done that, if you have made such changes in the accounting treatment, that is known as carve out. That is known as carve out. Means different treatment given in IAS and different treatment is given in IFRS. Sorry, IND AS. My mistake. IND AS. Got this point? That is known as carve out. Carving means what? There was no guidance given under IFRS. There was no accounting treatment given under IFRS. Means IFRS was silent and they have introduced one accounting treatment where under IND AS, that is known as carve-in. That is known as carve-in. There is only one carve-in and balance are carve out. There is only one carve-in and all the other difference are carve out. So this actually will do. However, it is not a part of syllabus. But if you refer ICAI study matter, in ICAI study matter they have given carve out and carve-in also. Actually, it is not a part of syllabus. Actually, there is no reference that the questions should be asked from this topic. But they have given, so they can ask now. Rare chances, remote chances, but why to take risk? Because in MCQ question they can ask anything. If it is a part of ICAI study matter, they can ask or not. So they have not given in a explicit way it is a part of syllabus, but it is given in ICAI study matter. So we'll do it, and we'll do it in the respective IND AS. We'll do in the respective IND AS. So right now you will not be able to understand this carve out and carve-in. We'll discuss this in the respective IND AS. Understood? So this becomes the difference between what? IND AS and IFRS. Now only we need to study to which company IND AS are applicable. So once we have understood that, we'll understand to which companies IND AS are not applicable. For that AS will be applicable. Which AS? AS notified under Companies Accounting Standard Rules 2006. Got this point? Have you understood? Correct? Okay. Do you want a break? Break तो चाहिए, break तो बनता है. So you want break for 5 minutes or 10 minutes? Sir, आप ही बोल दो sir. 10-minute break. After 10 minutes, we'll do the roadmap for the application of what? IND AS. Okay. Cursor नहीं to complete the syllabus as soon as possible. Sure. Can we start once again, everyone? Yes, sir. So before break, we were discussing about the differences between IFRS and IND AS. Let us come to chapter number 2. Chapter number 2, IND AS introduction. When I say chapter, so you need to come to IND AS Saaransh book. When I say question, you need to come to question bank. Correct? So first let us read what is given under IND AS introduction. What are Indian accounting standard? Of course, this type of question they will never ask. That theoretical question they will never ask you what are Indian accounting standard, but you should know. So can you see Indian accounting standard are IFRS? IFRS? IFRS include what? IES. Correct. Converse standard. Understood? The word is converse standard issued by central government of India. So who has the power to draft AS or IND AS? Central government of India through Ministry of Corporate Affairs, through MCA, Ministry of Corporate Affairs, under the supervision and control of ASB of ICAI. So who is giving supervision? Means all the suggestion, all the recommendation are given by ICAI only. Actually, these all are drafted by ICAI only because they are only accounting body. They have the knowledge about accounting standard. They can only draft. Correct. So under the supervision of ASB means Accounting Standard Board of ICAI, and in consultation with NAFRA means NAFRA, you know na, National Advisory Committee, means now it become NAFRA. NAFRA is what? National Financial Reporting Standard. Previously we used to call it NACAS. NACAS means National Advisory Committee on Accounting Standard. Now NACAS become NAFRA. NAFRA means National Financial Reporting Standard. Yes, National Financial Reporting Authority. NAFRA. Understood? So this become the meaning of IND AS. IND AS are named and numbered in the same way as the corresponding IFRS for the ease of reference. Already I have explained. Correct. What are carve out and carve in the IND AS? So there are three types of differences. First difference is various terminology related changes. That also you have understood. In India we call balance sheet. Internationally it is known as statement of financial position. India we call it statement of profit and loss. Internationally it is known as statement of comprehensive income. So have been made to make it consistent with the terminology used in law. Which law? Basically Companies Act 2013. Removal of option also I have explained. If some option has been removed for under IND AS, that will be also automatically understood when we do respective IND AS. I have given one example. Correct. Then carve out and carve in. That also I have explained. The carve-out and carve-in are actually the main difference between IND AS and IFRS. So what do you mean by carve-out and what do you mean by carve-in? So certain changes have been made considering the economic environment in the country, which is different as compared to the economic environment of developed countries. Correct? Which has been considered while making IFRS. So IFRS has been made considering all the countries, basically developed countries, because developed countries has drafted that. Correct now. So there are some difference need to be made understanding the economic condition prevailing in the India. Correct. These differences are due to differences in application of accounting principle and practice and economic condition prevailing in India. The differences which are in deviation of accounting principle and practice with different accounting principle and practice are given are known as carve out. They are commonly known as carve out. Understood? Second, further there was no guidance under IFRS. There was no guidance under IFRS for any particular transaction or event, and that guidance was provided under IND AS. That guidance is known as carve in. So there is only one carve in. All balance are carve out. So this what are carve out and what are carve in, that will do in respective IND AS. Understood? Now coming the roadmap for the implementation of Indian accounting standard. So companies Indian Accounting Standard Rules 2015 has given the roadmap how to implement Ind AS in for Indian company. So they have not given directly in one way. Now it will be applicable. They have given a phased manner. First Ind AS will be applicable to this company. After that it will be applicable to this company. Some roadmap has been defined. Let us understand one by one. First, it was given for those companies which are not banking company, which are not insurance company, and which are not NBFC. Correct. So for banking company, can I say we have Banking Regulation Act? Correct. For insurance company, we have Insurance Regulation and Development Act (IRDA). For NBFC, because it is a financial company similar to banking company, there are some RBI guidelines. There are some RBI guidelines, so we need to also follow RBI guidelines. But like first, the whatever Ind AS will be applicable, Ind AS will be applicable to any company which are not banking company, which are not insurance company, which are not NBFC. Correct. So for them from 1st April 2015, because the rules was introduced in which year? 2015. From 1st April 2015, it was applicable on voluntary basis. Means any company can adopt Ind AS in a voluntary way. Means any company, whether small companies, big company, any company can adopt, but in a voluntary way. But once adopted, it cannot be reversed. If you have adopted Ind AS in which year? From 1st April 2015, now it cannot be reversed. It cannot be reversed. So first, it was applicable from which year? 1st April 2015. In which way? Voluntary way. In the last exam, we are not expecting that they will ask this type of question and they will ask this application rule for 4 marks. The marks was very small, but 4 marks is 4 marks now. All marks are important for getting aggregate in what? CA final exam. Aggregate, you know? Out of now there are 3 paper, so out of 300 marks, how much marks you score? 150. Now in CA exam 149 and 150, lot of difference, huh? Lot of difference is what? 6-month difference. 6-month difference. So 149, 150, you fight how much you can fight, but you need to write again exam. Correct? So can I say each marks is important? We should fight for each marks. We should fight for each mark. And I hope you must know about the fact of this particular 149, 148. In CA Inter, it is quite possible you have gone through that phase. You have gone through that phase. Because 190, if out of 400, out of 200, if you score 190 and if you have scored 201, you are 200, there is a lot of difference. There is a lot of difference. Yes, sir. Now, phase 1, this entire application was divided in 2 phases, phase 1 and phase 2. Phase 1 was applicable from the next year, that is from 1st April 2016. So it was actually mandatory applicable from which date? From 1st April 2016. Got this point? So it was applicable but not to all companies. Right now we are discussing only about those companies which are not banking company, which are not insurance company, which are not NBFC. Got this point? So any company which are listed or in the process of listing either in India or outside India. So whether they are listed or in the process of listing. Listing where? In a stock exchange, either in Indian stock exchange or foreign stock exchange. Correct? So these companies, Ind AS will be applicable. Ind AS will be applicable. If the net worth of that company is 500 crore or more. If the net worth is 500 crore or more, means was not applicable to all listed company. It was applicable only those listed company whose net worth was 500 crore or more. Correct. Now, of course, you may be asking, so what do you mean by net worth? What do you mean by net worth? So we'll understand what do you mean by net worth, but after completion of this particular part. Second, it was also applicable to all unlisted company having net worth of 500 crore or more. So can I say A plus B is nothing but any company, whether listed or not listed, whose net worth is 500 crore or more. Phase 1 is Ind AS will be applicable from 1st April 2016. Understood? Now point number C there say that if any company to which Ind AS is applicable under A and B, any company to which Ind AS is applicable in A and B, to their parent company, subsidiary company, joint venture, associate, also Ind AS will be applicable even though net worth is less than 500 crore. Means group company will also come under the purview of Ind AS. Understood? So any parent company, any subsidiary company, any associate, any joint venture above, also Ind AS will be applicable. Now, do you know about parent company? Yes, of course you know. Do you know about subsidiary company? Yes, of course you know. Do you know about associate? Where you have done? Audit. Chalo, theek hai. Means you know what is associate. Do you know about joint venture? Where you have done? Law. Chalo, theek hai. Okay. Means you know the terminology, but I think you don't know what actually joint venture means. You know the terms now, but you know the meaning of joint venture? When a venture will become joint venture? Associate? Chalo, what you know? Okay, but we'll do detailed discussion about subsidiary, parent company, associate and joint venture in consolidation chapter. In consolidation chapter, from my point of right now I will assume that you know this point. You know what is subsidiary, you know associate, you know joint venture. We'll discuss every time, nothing to worry. Chalega. Now I hope this is very simple, you have understood. Correct. Now one question arises, sir, net worth will be calculated on which date? Net worth will be calculated on which date? So what they are saying, if for the previous 3 financial year net worth will be calculated. For the previous 3 financial year net worth will be calculated and check whether it is exceeding the limit or not. Limit is what, 500 crore or more than 500 crore. So net worth shall be checked for the previous 3 financial year. So what is the date? 1st April 2016. So what are the 3 previous financial year? It will start from what? 13, 14, 14, 15, 15, 16. In any one financial year, if it is more than 500 or 500, if it is 500 or 500 crore, more than 500 crore more, then Ind AS will be applicable from which date? From 1st April 2016. So any 1 year, if the condition is satisfied, then Ind AS will be applicable from the respective date. Understood? Correct? Yes, sir. I think simple, nothing to explain. Second phase will start from the next year. Next year is what? 1st April 2017. 1st April 2017. So can I say some other companies will also come under the purview of Ind AS? So what now say? The 1st April 2017 on mandatory basis, now it will be applicable to all companies which are listed and which are in the process listing, whether in India or outside India, on stock exchange, not covered under phase 1, because which are covered under phase 1, to them so India is already applicable from 1st April 2016. So can you, to balance listed company, Ind AS will be applicable from 1st April 2017. So can I say in this way, from 1st April 2017, all listed company Ind AS will be applicable. All listed company Ind AS will be applicable. Correct? But not all unlisted company. For unlisted company, what they are saying? Unlisted company having a net worth of 250 crore or more, but less than 500 crore. Means all unlisted company Ind AS is not applicable. Means any unlisted company having a net worth of less than 250 crore, for them Ind AS is not applicable on mandatory basis, but they can opt voluntary. Voluntary, any company can opt Ind AS. Understood this point? I hope you have understood. Now, once A and B you understood, so any parent company, any subsidiary company, any associate, any joint venture of A and B, also Ind AS will be applicable. Also Ind AS will be applicable. Understood this point? Now, for this particular application, we need to check net worth of 4 previous financial years, because 1 year more will be added. Correct now. So for the phase 1, it was 3 previous financial year. For this, it will be 4 previous financial year. So starting from same 13, 14, 14, 15, 15, 16 and 16, 17. Any 1 year net worth has crossed the limit, then Ind AS will be applicable. Understood? This was for those companies which are not banking companies, insurance company and NBF. Got this point? Rule is very simple. So for balance company, AS will be applicable. For balance company, AS will be applicable. Correct. Then, next rule has been given for banking company, insurance company and NBFC. correct? So first, scheduled commercial bank. Scheduled, you know about scheduled bank? What do you mean by scheduled bank? You have banking companies also, na? In C Enter. Now that it has been deleted. You used to have. So you have done banking company. So there you have done scheduled bank, na? So what do you mean by scheduled bank? Yeah, very good. Government, which government? Means RBI. RBI will give the list of all the bank in the second schedule of RBI Act. Correct now. So that all bank will be scheduled bank. Now detail में नहीं पता ना. See, refer Google Baba. Correct? Because that is not my part of syllabus. But scheduled bank which are listed in the second schedule of RBI Act, that becomes scheduled bank. So this is for all scheduled bank, excluding RRB. RRB means what? Regional Rural Bank. If you don't know, write down regional rural bank. For regional rural bank, these IND AS are not applicable. Correct? Excluding RRBs. And insurance company and non-banking financial company. So first, let us understand about scheduled commercial bank. Initially, when the roadmap was given, so this rules has said that for scheduled commercial bank, IND AS will be applicable from 1/4/2018. First date was given 1/4/2018. Then our Banking Regulation Act say that we are not prepared for adoption of IND AS, because can you see, if they want to adopt IND AS, entire Banking Regulation Act require changes. So they said we are not ready. So they have deferred a time to 1 year, and the next date was issued 1/4/2019. Then once 1/4/2019 came nearby, they again issued one circular. We are not ready for the implementation, yeah, for the application of IND AS, and it was deferred for the time being. And no date has been announced till now. It means till now IND AS is not applicable for banking company, and we are waiting for the notification. We are waiting for the notification. Understood? That is only mentioned. You can read. The first date was 1st April 2018. Then the second date was 1st April 2019. Then they have given, however, letter on RBI deferred the IND AS implementation till further notice through a notification dated 2nd up 22nd March 2019. So it was deferred for the time being, and no date has been announced. No date has been announced. For the time being, you can say IND AS is not applicable to banking company. So if IND AS is not applicable to banking company, it means right now what will be applicable? AS will be applicable, but I hope you know that for banking companies, normally we follow the rules and regulations given by RBI and Banking Regulation Act. Chalega. Same thing happened with insurance company. Initial date was 1st April 2019. Initial date was 1st April 2019, but through one notification, they said that it will be deferred for the time being, because IRDA was not yet prepared. They were not ready for the implementation of IND AS. Correct? Same thing. The Insurance Regulatory and Development Authority has therefore the date of implementation of IND AS for the insurance sector from financial year 2020-21 till further notice. Initial date was 1st April 2019. This was announced. That was deferred. Understood? So can you say if IND AS is not applicable for banking company and insurance company? Now one doubt will come whether they can adopt IND AS on a voluntary basis. Yes or no? Yes or no? No. How they can adopt? Banking Regulation Act is not ready. Can you adopt? So voluntary adoption is only for this general company, not for this special company. So special company cannot adopt IND AS on a voluntary basis. Special company cannot adopt IND AS on a voluntary basis. Understood this point? This point have you understood? Yes, sir. Now for NBFC, IND AS is applicable in a phased manner. Once again, two phases given, and the application is similar whatever we have done for general companies, but the first phase will start from 1st April 2018. 1st April 2018. So initial date was 1st April 2015. Then we came to 16. Then we came to 17. Now what? For NBFC, 1st April 2018. So you can memorize in that way. So in this, first phase will start from 1st April 2018. So in this, what I included, all NBFC, whether listed or unlisted, having a net worth of 500 crore or more. Same point. And all the parent company, subsidiaries, joint venture and associate company of NBFC. Understood this point? Correct? In this, the net worth will be of 3 previous financial year. So what will be 3 previous financial year? This is first April to the 18th. So 3 previous financial year will be what? But it will be 15, 16, 16, 17 and 17, 18. Any 1 year net worth satisfied IND AS will be applicable from 1st April 2018. Second phase will be from 1st April 2019. 1st April 2019. So second phase, what they have written, NBFC whose equity or debt securities are listed or in the process listing of any stock exchange either in India or outside India having a net worth less than 500 crore, means can I say from second phase all listed NBFC IND AS will be applicable. All listed NBFC IND AS will be applicable. Second point, NBFC that are unlisted having a net worth of 250 crore, having a net worth of 250 crore or more than 250 crore but less than 500 crore. Correct. So can I say in this way, any NBFC who have a net worth of less than 250 crore IND AS is not applicable. Whether they can adopt on voluntary basis? No. The special company voluntary adoption is not there. Only for general company voluntary adoption was given. For this there was no voluntary adoption. So if not applicable, so not applicable. Not applicable, so not applicable. Therefore, one note I have given, voluntary adoption of IND AS is not allowed to NBFC, banking company and insurance company. Understood? This point you have understood? Correct? Yes, sir. Of course, if A and B you have understood, you have also understood that parent company, associate, joint venture and subsidiary of A and B will be IND AS will be also applicable from which date? From 1st April 2019. Got this point? Yes, sir. Net worth will be for 4 previous financial year. For 4 previous financial year, any one net worth satisfied IND AS will be applicable from 1st April 2009. Got this point? Now for mutual fund, a specific point was given by SEBI with some notification. So for mutual fund, SEBI wide notification issued by SEBI Regulation 2022. They have said that for simple, these all are not important. The requirement of the circular will become applicable from 1st April 2023. So for all mutual fund companies, IND AS will be applicable from 1st April 2023. From 1st April 2023. Understood? Correct. So this is a recent amendment, so it might be important from MCQ's question point of view. If from mutual fund, IND AS will be applicable from which date? From 1st April 2023. Correct. So it might be important for MCQ. Now there are some small points. Let us understand points to remember. Correct. Now one question will arise. You all know about consolidated financial statement and separate financial statement, because you have done consolidation chapter where in CA Inter. How many of you left consolidation chapter in CA Inter? I think no one has left. You have left. Dekho, left then also passed CA Inter exam na. It means completion of syllabus is not required only. This is also one fact. Means only what is required? What is required? Intention is required that you want to become CA. You want to become CA, only that intention required. Even though you are 80% done, you can become CA. Why you know? Why you know, bata? Even though 80, dekho, if I am saying 80% syllabus you have done, you can become CA. It does not mean you will do only 80% syllabus. Okay, correct. It does not mean that. But suppose in any case you have done only 80% syllabus before exam, then also you have an ability or potential to become CA. Why you know? Why you know? Pucho, why? Pucho na, then only I will say na. Why? Because as per ICAI exam, perfection is not required. What is the target? 50%. 50% target. Target is what? 50% na. Target is not 90%. Target is not 95%. Target is only 50%. Acha, you are here to get 90%? Overall? कभी सोचा क्या? नहीं सोचा ना. What is your aim? अच्छा 50% आना. From CA foundation, that is only your aim. अरे बोलना रे. For the first time I said in CA final FI you can get 90%. That is a target we fix from our general point of view. But what is the ICAI requirement? 50%. अच्छा, what was the target? जो बोलेंगे सच के सिवा कुछ नहीं बोलेंगे. You know Hindi? थोड़ा थोड़ा you know. So I will use sometime थोड़ा Hindi. Okay. So what I am saying, जो बोलेंगे सच के सिवा कुछ नहीं बोलेंगे. What was your target in class 10th exam? 90. Your target. I have not said, huh? Your target is your parents' target or your teacher's target. Means you are writing exam for getting 90% marks na. Whatever you achieve, that is the past. So bhul jao. You got 70%, 80%, 90%, 95%, 100%. That is not a matter. But you are targeting 90% not. Whether you are targeting 40%? No. 50%? No. Correct. In class 12 exam, what was your target? बोलो ना 80%. चलो 80%. Correct. But I will say most of the students were targeting 90% once again. Most of the students. You are not saying, but you are targeting 90%. And I hope most of the students you achieved also. Whatever you targeted. Achha, how many of you target 80%? Raise your hand now. I target 90%, I achieved 90%. चलो मैंने बोल दिया अपना. Now you say अपना, how many you target 70%? ऐसे हाथ उठाओ ना. पहले 70 पूछा. Because you were not raising an 80%, I decreased the target. How many of you? अच्छा increase करो. अब मजा आएगा. चलो 80% start करते हैं. Means मजा है ना. Life should be मजा. बताओ how many you target 80%? अच्छा only one. चलो ठीक है. Whether you achieve 80%? देखो achieve. अच्छा how many you targeting 90%? Whether you achieve 90%? Yes sir. Everyone saying yes sir. अच्छा how many you not achieve? Not achieve. But you got nearby na. 85. 85 was bad marks. It was very good marks. Bad marks 85. So what about 40% wala student? Just try to understand. Means you targeted 90% and most of you got 90%. Now what is your target? यही तो मजा है. This is only मजा and मजा becomes सजा. No, your target is 50%. Means ICAI is not demanding and we are not targeting also. But can't you say 50%? 50%? You must close your eyes. Ask yourself. Close your eyes. Believe me, I am not saying that you can achieve or you can't achieve. Close your eyes. Can't you get 50% in ICAI final exam? Close your eyes and ask yourself. Can't you get? Follow. You can get or you can't get. It is easy or complicated. Don't think about others, whether they have achieved or not achieved. I am not asking about others. Whether you can achieve or you can't achieve. 50%. Or we achieve 90% there. Now ICAI is asking only 50% and we can't achieve that much also. Then so I will say we should not study only. Believe me, if you'll do only one time revision, now you can get more than 50%. Only one time study and one time revision. But why we are not able to get, you know? The reason, once again I will say, it is from CA Foundation, CA Inter and CA Final. Why? Because of negativity in the market. Because of negative thoughts. This is the only reason why we are not able to achieve 50%. Because when you ask other how much you got, he will say I am not able to pass. You ask 10 students, out of 10, 9 will say that. Why are you asking them? Don't ask. Why are you asking them? Don't ask. Because they were not deserving. They were not studying. If they will not study or they are studying but not as per the requirement of ICAI, how they will pass? Don't ask them. Ask yourself now. You will decide you will pass or you will not pass. The other people will not decide whether their effort will decide. That was their effort. That they were not able to achieve 50%. You can achieve or not. Ask yourself. Only 50%. Believe me, when I was doing, see, I will just say my example. Correct now. I'm not saying that I was intellectual student. I was not studious also. I was not studious. But I was good student. I can say that. So I scored good marks in class 12. I got registered in Sriram College of Commerce in Delhi. You know about SRCC, correct? One of the I will say best college in Asia for commerce education. Now when I went there, all were 90s. Means my rank was 197. Means 196 was above me. Total strength was 350. Means I was in between. Means 196 were more than my percentage. I got 91 point something percent that time. So 196 were above me. Now if I am in the surrounding of that people, if I'll ask them, will you become CA? What they will say? Yes. I also say yes. The negativity never came in my life because I was surrounded by those people. Everyone has not done CA, but those who have done, they have never said that they will not become CA. Are you getting what I am saying? Because I was surrounded by them. I was surrounded by them. Everyone is, first attempt not. I'll get rank. I'll get rank. I will get rank. I was also studying for rank also. By some chance, I have not got rank. वो अलग बात है. But I was surrounded by those people. So it means I have never thought of getting less marks or less than. I have never thought that I will get 50%. I was targeting 90% only because everyone was targeting that only. It is only mind game. All mind game. What you will think, you will become. What you will say about yourself, you will become that. If you say C is complicated, C is complicated. Correct now. If you say I can't pass, will not pass. You'll say I can get 90%, you'll get. Simple. The logic is this. And believe me, in my entire CA student life, I have never thought that I will not pass CA exam. Therefore, I become CA. And believe me, I was not studious student. I was not studious. I was good student, but I was not studious. Are you getting what I am? There is difference between that. I was good. I used to study, but I was not studious. I have never taken any coaching class also. No coaching class. I'm not saying that you don't take, you take, Baba. You take, otherwise we will die. Correct, but I am saying for passing CA examination, coaching is not required. Dedication, determination, intention is required. Dedication. You are dedicated? First question. Do you have intention? Yes, second question. What you are doing for that? Are you planning for that? Third question. That normally we don't do in CA final. Dedication तो चला जाता है with articleship only. Correct. So that you need to understand. Believe me, CA exam is very easy because only 50%. Perfection is not required. 90% is not required. If they would have asked 90%, I would have said CA is complicated. Got this point? So now from onward, never say CA is complicated. If you say CA is complicated, it will become complicated. Acha, do you remember those days when your mother used to make you learn table? Table, you know, 1 1 ja 1, 1 2 ja 2. I mean, right now my younger son is of 7 year old and I am memorizing him the table. Very difficult. To teach table is very difficult. It is easy to teach CA final. Correct now? Understood. Now you remember those days when you have done rectification, not rectification, memorization, I should say. So how many table you have by at that time? 1 to 20 the normally everyone do. After 20 they are exceptional. Correct now. So 1 to 20 everyone do. Now how many of you remember that table? We still now they have remember they have in their memory. 12 banja, 12 2 ja, 12 3 ja. No. You have learned that. अच्छा बताओ, that time you have learned or you have not learned? Your age was 4 year, 5 years, 6 years, 7 year, 8 year maximum. Correct now? That learning of table was difficult or easy? Difficult. But you have learned now. You have memorized or not? Means anything we can memorize if you have intention to memorize. If you have intention to memorize. With the support of your parents. But now, parents is nowhere in your study. I will say take the blessing of your parents, everything you learn. Make them your part of your life. Make them as a part of your study life. You will learn anything, whatever you want to learn. And you will never forget it. You will never forget it. I just want to say this point because believe me, passing CA exam is easy. If you have intention to become CA in first attempt. And for that intention, right effort, right dedication is required. Right effort, right dedication is required. Correct? Yes, sir. Now, coming to CA Intra Choro, we started with consolidated chapter that you have done or not done. Okay, in CA final, so we'll do it now. But you know that for a parent company, there are two set of financial statement. One is consolidated financial statement, one is separate financial statement. Now, one doubt will come: IND AS will be applicable to separate or consolidated ki both? Both only, understood. Point one clarification has been given कि IND AS is applicable to both consolidated and individual financial statement. Understood? Correct. Now, second question arises. So, what do you mean by net worth? We want the definition of net worth because net worth is required for application of IND AS to every company. So, net worth is what IND AS means. What the rule says कि net worth will be as per the meaning given under Companies Act. So, as per Companies Act, net worth means paid up share capital. Now, when I say paid up share capital, it is equity share capital, ki preference share capital, ki both? Both. Very good. So, paid up share capital, equity share capital plus preference share capital, both. Correct. In this, we need to add all the reserve and surplus created out of profit. Can you give me some reserve and surplus which are not created out of profit? Securities premium. Very good. One. Revaluation reserve. Okay. One more. Capital reserve. In which chapter? Business combination या amalgamation chapter. Business combination that we use in India. You have done CA into amalgamation chapter na. In amalgamation chapter you have created capital reserve. The difference you used to transfer to goodwill or capital reserve. So there are actually three reserve which are not created out of profit. Which are not created out of profit. That will not be added. That will not be added in this. So all the reserve created out of profit but does not include reserve created out of revaluation of asset and amalgamation chapter. Amalgamation chapter means capital reserve. Understood? But securities premium will be added because securities premium means what? But it is not a profit, but this is contribution from owner. So if you are taking capital, you should also take what? Securities premium. So securities premium is the contribution from shareholders. So that will be added. That will be added. So can you say these are actually the revaluation reserve and capital reserve which is created in amalgamation chapter are unrealized profit. Like these two reserve and surplus should not be added. So be careful about these two reserve and surplus. One is what? Second is what? Capital reserve. In which chapter? Amalgamation chapter. Any other capital reserve? For example, if you have done cancellation of forfeited shares, remember cancellation of forfeited shares, so share forfeiture account will be transferred to capital reserve. So that is nothing but capital contribution. So that will be added. So only which capital reserve which is created in which chapter? Amalgamation chapter. That you should not add. Any other capital reserve will be added. Are you able to understand? Yes, sir. Then, of course, when you are adding reserve and surplus, so any accumulated losses should be deducted. So all the accumulated losses will be deducted. Correct. Plus any deferred revenue expenditure or miscellaneous expenditure which are not yet written off. What do you mean by deferred revenue expenditure? Huh? Deferred revenue expenditure means postponement of अच्छा, छोड़ दो मीनिंग, एग्जाम्पल बताओ. कैन यू गिव मी सम एग्जांपल्स ऑफ deferred revenue expenditure? Advertisement expenses. So can you defer it? Means suppose you have incur in current year 1 crore advertisement expenditure. So can we write off this expenditure in the next 5 years? Yes sir or no sir? Yes sir. As per which syllabus? CA foundation syllabus ke CA inter syllabus? Ki both? Means you have not done accounting standard. AS 26 you have not done. Correct? It means now there is no concept of deferred revenue expenditure as per accounting. We can't defer any expenditure. Advertisement expenditure can't be deferred. That should be charged to profit and loss account as an expense immediately. It cannot be deferred. You pass CA inter exam without concept, because what was required? Working knowledge. But here, can you pass? No, Baba, no. Difference is this you realize in the first day. Otherwise, you'll die in exam. Realize it. This is the only difference. If you understood this difference, CA exam is very easy. CA exam is very easy. Correct? So deferred revenue expenditure and miscellaneous expenditure not yet written off. Actually, this point is now not applicable with the introduction of AS and IND AS. But because Companies Act has used this particular point, therefore I am teaching. Because I am teaching this definition as per what? Companies Act, not as per accounting standard or as per IND accounting standard. What is point? So in that definition given by Companies Act, they have used that word. So therefore we are also referring that. So suppose there are some expenditure which is not yet charged to profit and loss account, that has been deferred. So that is also one type of loss. That loss will be deducted from this particular point to find out net worth. So if there is some deferred expenditure which is not yet charged to profit and loss account, that should be also deducted. Got this point? But now this particular point is not applicable, does not exist. Correct? Understood? Let us refer for this refer IND AS 38. IND AS 38 is nothing but intangible asset. Intangible asset. So I will discuss deferred revenue expenditure once again under IND AS 38 in detail. In detail. Got this point? So this become net worth. So can you say any question come and they ask you to calculate net worth at a particular point of time? Can't you calculate? Correct. So this type of question now can be asked in MCQ question. All this point can be asked in MCQ questions. Got this point? And can is simple. They will give one balance sheet. You need to only calculate it. कर लेंगे. Yes sir. I will take some question after the completion of this particular point. Last point for today. Then the balance point I will do tomorrow. Last point. Now one question arises कि we need to calculate net worth. But net worth should be calculated. Apply your common sense. Huh? Apply your common sense. Why I say common sense? Because in exam, it's quite possible you have forgotten the concept. Because we are human being with a small mind. That too 90% we don't use. Correct now. And in balance 8% garbage are there. So only 2% content are there. Are you getting? And can I say it is quite possible you are not able to recall the concept. In exam hall, you need to become TA and answer. Most of the time your answer will be correct if you apply common sense as a chartered accountant. As a chartered accountant. But this point, this is the only best rule to answer any question in exam hall. Because it is not possible to retain all the concept in exam hall because we are human beings. Correct? Now you only apply your common sense. Suppose I ask one question, कि net worth should be calculated as per the financial statement prepared as per accounting standard or IND accounting standard. Means net worth as per which financial statement? AS or IND AS? AS, because IND AS so till now not applicable now. So how can we prepare financial statement based on IND AS? So it means this is before implementation of IND AS. Therefore they have given one clarification that net worth should be calculated based on the standalone, not consolidated, standalone financial statement as per existing accounting standard. Means IND AS will be applicable entity wise, not group wise. We will apply IND AS entity wise, not group wise. Understood? Ha. If one entity Ind AS is applicable to their entire group company, parent company, subsidiaries, associate, joint venture, also Ind AS will be applicable. Understood? We'll do this much only. The balance point will do. So today was only just an introduction class. Your main class will start from tomorrow only. Correct? Now once I will start chapter, so we'll be in a mood to complete the syllabus because syllabus is very vast. Syllabus is very vast, so we need to complete the syllabus. So no means of course I will give you some break, but the target will be to complete the syllabus. Okay. Thank you very much. We'll meet tomorrow. Till then, bye bye. Take care. Enjoy your remaining day. Bye bye. Acha, to live student, if you have not get books, just contact the team member. They will give you the tracking details about the books. Okay, all the live student. If you have any doubt about books, etc., write down one number 876624 876624 6684. Contact in that number for books, etc. Okay, thank you very much.